Welcome to the second season of Castleton football on NSN and also Rutland PEGTV Channel 20. As this afternoon we're at Spartan Stadium as the Castleton Spartans host the Plymouth State University Panthers in the 2010 season opener. I'm Jack Healey on board with a play-by-play as we were last year here for Castleton football and Castleton sports, as you know. And on board with me this year is Drew Arneson, who is now a grad student at Castleton. He graduated in 2010. Our producers are Ryan McDonald and Jack Weston. From Channel 20 PEGTV, Mike Valentine. And our camera people are Blair, Tom, and Brian. So welcome to Spartan Stadium. A day that is mostly sunny. Some clouds have moved in. It is a breezy afternoon. Temperature in the upper 70s, low 80s. Certainly considerably cooler than it has been over the last couple of months, certainly here in Vermont. And a great crowd will be on hand as we will be playing again to capacity crowds. This will be the first of 5 home games for the Spartans in 2010. Plymouth State University and the Castleton Spartans, the Panthers, celebrating their 40th anniversary of football during the 2010 season, having played their first ever game October 3rd, 1970 against Nichols College. Castleton opening up its second season with the Stern Test here today, but is poised to build on the success of the inaugural season. Spartans winning 3 games last year. Plymouth State enters the season picked to finish second in the Boyd division of the New England Football Conference. The Panthers are an impressive 27-6 over the past 3 years, including an 8-3 record a year ago and a trip to the ECAC Northeast Bowl in which they fell to Springfield. In NEFC Boyd division play, the Panthers are 19-2 with 1 conference championship, an NCAA National Tournament berth, and 2 ECAC Championship Bowl game appearances during the 3-year span. Plymouth State earned its success with a strong running attack, ranked 11th in the nation in rushing offense, an effective passing game, ranking 4th in the country in pass efficiency, and a strong all-around defensive unit, ranking 46 overall in team defense. On the offense, the Panthers have ranked in the top 11 in the nation in rushing offense the past 3 years, handing off the football more than 80% of the time. The offense spearheaded by senior quarterback J.J. Brooks from Seabrook, New Hampshire, who was a second-team All-Conference last year. He rushed for 761 yards, a 4.1 average, and 12 touchdowns, while completing 64 of 120 at 53.5%. for 1,243 yards and 16 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Sophomore Ty Long from Dover, New Hampshire, and senior Chris Francher from Weird, New Hampshire, will likely get the bulk of the carries in the Panther backfield. And on the defensive side for Plymouth State has the luxury of having 4 returning senior linebackers who all have starting experience, including Brian Castellucci from Derry, New Hampshire, Harry Fallon from Hampton Falls, New Hampshire, Mike Bruning from Abington, Massachusetts, and Steve Campbell from Northborough, New Hampshire. Castellucci was a first-team All-Conference selection last year. Fallon was a second-team pick. For Castleton, the Spartans entering their second season. They entered the season picked to finish 6th in the Eastern Collegiate Football Conference preseason coaches poll. That's out of 8 teams. Spartans looking to close the gap from year 1, hoping that yet another strong incoming class will do just that. Perhaps the biggest asset in closing the gap between the Spartans and the rest of the Eastern Collegiate Football Conference will be experience. Castleton returning 37 letter winners from the inaugural season, including a dozen that started in at least 4 games a year ago. As, by the way, before we continue on our pregame show here at Spartan Stadium, as the Castleton Band is on the field, we do have a different setup for our camera angle from the camera angles we had last year here at Spartan Stadium. We are opposite the stands, so in the background you'll get a feel for the number of people here for the various sporting events. We have field hockey tonight and men's and women's soccer coming up tomorrow as we have a schedule of the various fall sports here at Castleton. So a different angle for you this year of Castleton football and men's and women's soccer, as well as Castleton field hockey. Castleton, as we mentioned, returning 37 letter winners from the inaugural season, including a dozen that started in at least 4 games a year ago. And on offense, quarterback Shane Brzezowski from Rensselaer, New York, leads a talented group of returners which includes 8 starters. Brzezowski, the team's Offensive Player of the Year in 09, wrote the sport and passing record book last year, leading the league in yards, 1,887, touchdowns 11, completions 151, attempts 262, completion percentage and efficiency. Spartans also welcome back Brzezowski's favorite target, Evan Cassidy out of South Burlington. Cassidy, an all-conference first-team wide receiver, leading the league in receiving yards and receiving yards per game a year ago. Cassidy's big playability stretches the defense and allows room for the 2009 Team Most Valuable Player, Tyler Carpenter from Fort Edward, New York. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for this afternoon's game for Plymouth State offensively. Starting at left tackle, number 60, Xander Fucillo, a 6'1", 254-pound sophomore. At left guard, number 63, Craig Carrier, 6'2", 231-pound sophomore. At center, number 70, Nick Fucillo, the brother of Xander Fucillo, starts on the left side at left tackle. Nick Fucillo, the center, is a 5'10", 225-pound senior. Nick and Xander's dad, Dave, was the captain on Plymouth State's team in 1981. At right guard, number 76, Dave Button, a 6', 277-pound sophomore. At right tackle, number 74, Mike Miller, 6'1", 257-pound sophomore. Tight end, number 87, Aaron Gatz, a 6'1", 221-pound senior. Wide receiver, number 80, Joel Mignault, a 6'2", 184-pound junior. Also at wide receiver, number 7, John Kramer, 6', 195-pound senior. Quarterback number 3 is J.J. Brooks, a 6'1", 210-pound senior. At tailback number 36, Ty Long, a 5'8", 178-pound sophomore. And at fullback, Chris Francher, number 41, a 6'1", 217-pound senior for Plymouth State defensively. At defensive end, number 49, Jim Buckley, a 5'11", 223-pound senior. Defensive tackle, Matt Fiore, a 6'1", 235-pound sophomore. Also at tackle, number 50, Pat Sullivan, 6'1", 235-pound junior. At defensive end, number 17, Matt McLean, a 6'3", 229-pound senior. Linebackers, number 2, Steve Campbell, 5'11", 201-pound senior. Also, number 31, Brian Castellucci, 5'10", 204-pound senior. Harry Fallon, a 6', 216-pound senior. Cornerback number 5, Kevin Whalen, 5'9", 176-pound senior. To safety number 47, Zach Parsons, 5'11", 176-pound senior. Also at safety number 23, Dan Kelly, 5'10", 185-pound senior. And a cornerback, Ray Boulay, 5'7", 155-pound sophomore. For the Castleton Spartans. On offense, at left tackle, number 55, Phil Hall, 6', 255-pound junior from U32 of East Montpelier. Left guard, number 77, Ron Daigle, 6', 285-pound sophomore from Granville, New York. The center is number 75, Chris Kernan, 6', 305-pound junior from Rutland and Rutland High School, but making his Castleton debut. At right guard, number 66, Tom Manley, 5'11", 270-pound sophomore from Londonderry, New Hampshire. The right tackle is Chris Kernan's brother, Andrew Kernan, seeing action now for the first time on the offensive line at tackle. Number 74, 6'4", 255-pound junior, he too from Rutland High School. The tight end, number 86, Adam Farmer, 6'5", 215-pound sophomore from South Burlington. And wide receiver, number 15, Evan Cassidy, 6'2", 180-pound sophomore from South Burlington. At wide receiver, number 22, Andrew Kavanaugh, 6', 180-pound sophomore from Brattleboro. The quarterback, number 7, Shane Brzezowski, 6', 185-pound sophomore from Rensselaer, New York. As you see the Spartans on the field now, dressed in green and black. Plymouth State in white and green. Running back number 39 at 5'11", 210-pound sophomore Tyler Carpenter from Fort Edward, New York. And also at running back number 41, Mick Wong, 5'6", 190-pound sophomore from Hartford High School. Mick Wong, a sophomore, started off his career at the University of New Hampshire. He was the 2008 Vermont High School Gatorade Player of the Year in football. For the Spartans defensively, defensive line number 91 from Gloversville, New York, Dylan Schweed, a 5'11", 230-pound freshman. Number 65, Gerald Sinclair, a 6'2", 195-pound freshman from South Burlington. Also number 57, Parker Leopold, a 5'11", 215-pound freshman from Merrick, New York. Outside linebacker number 84, Adam Sheequin, a 6'3" sophomore, 230-pounder from Burlington. Sheequin and Phil Hall are the captains for Castleton. They'll be meeting out here at midfield in just a moment. It appears there are about 5 captains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quin captains, I guess you call it, for Plymouth State. They'll be out on the field here, so we'll be keeping an eye on that. Inside linebacker is Dustin Young, number 44 for Castleton, 5'10", 225-pound junior from Dunedin, Florida. Also at inside linebacker will be number 29, Josh Osborne. He is from Island Heights, New Jersey. Also at outside linebacker, number 46, Ethan McCura, a 6'4", 230-pound freshman from Granville, New York. Rich Alercio is the head coach for Castleton. McCura's dad is one of the assistant coaches for the Spartans. Cornerback number 6 will be Brandon Bergeron, a 5'9", 155-pound sophomore from Hartford High School. And before we continue on, as we see the flip of the coin, and Castleton will receive and defend the goal to your left as you're looking out. Plymouth State will be kicking off and defending the goal to your right as we look out. Of course, as we look out, we're at the opposite end here at Spartan Stadium. Brandon Bergeron, we mentioned at a corner. Strong safety is number 31, Jacob Miter, 5'9", 170-pound sophomore from Troy, New York. Free safety is number 27, Cody Tancredi, 6'2", 205-pound sophomore from Windsor, Vermont. And also at cornerback number 3, Vincent Barber, 5'11", 160-pound senior from Stillwater, New York, is making their way onto the field. Is a group called the Rutland Curbstone Chorus, and they will be singing our national anthem here in the season opener at Spartan Stadium. We'll introduce Drew Arneson to you quickly. Drew has certainly been working with us over the last couple of years as a student at Castleton, but we welcome on Drew to our broadcast team here as he officially will be on board with us during football and field hockey and men's and women's hockey coming up. And also we have volleyball coming up this year. Ladies and gentlemen, let us listen in to our national anthem, the Rutland Curbstone Chorus. Job of the national anthem by the Rutland Curbstone Chorus, barbershop chorus, if you will, as the huge crowd here at Castleton certainly appreciates what they have been able to do, certainly in this area. I've listened to them several times. They've sung national anthems before local high school sporting events here in the Rutland area and certainly at Castleton. The head coach for Plymouth State is Paul Castonia, now in his 8th season. Of course, Rich Alercio's 2nd season for the Spartans, and I want to say good afternoon to Drew Arneson.
Well, yeah, just while I got a quick minute here doing some research before the game, this Plymouth State Panthers team is a very strong team coming in here. Like you said, Jack, they are picked to finish 2nd in their division. And a quick little tidbit for all you listening out there, Plymouth State is got the 12th highest winning percentage in all of Division III football right now. So, but one other thing to think about is Plymouth State is not that good in their opening day games. They are 15, 22, and 3 on opening day games. Last year, their opening day game went to 5 overtimes, and they ended up winning 41-35.
And there is the kickoff, and we're underway. Bilecki taking the opening kickoff, getting his way outside across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. And that is where the Spartans will put the ball into play. And I wanted to mention a year ago, you might remember Evan Cassidy almost returned it all the way for a touchdown, but not so here. The kicker for Plymouth State, Provo. And the Spartans have it 1st and 10, their own 32, as the quick bubble screen near side to Andrew Kavanaugh, complete out across the 40 to about the 41-yard line, and pushed out of bounds here on the near side by Ray Boulay, a 5'7", 155-pound sophomore.
Yeah, Castleton coming out right away in the shotgun. Obviously, they're changing it now, but a nice little quick screen to get the defense on its toes.
Picked up about 8. It'll be second along 2 for the Spartans at their own 40. Left side hash mark. Brzezowski on the deep handoff. This is Mick Wong, and he cracks his way out to about the 43-yard line. Picks up 3. It appears to be enough for a first down. And there on the tackle, Zach Parsons for the Panthers. Mick Wong, the 2008 Gatorade Player of the Year.
And Zach Parsons for Plymouth State ended the year last year with 78 tackles, leading the team.
1st and 10, the Spartans do pick up the first down at their own 43-yard line. We're just underway. Brzezowski on the inside handoff and squeezing his way for a couple out to about the 45. Matter of fact, Plymouth thinks that they got the football, but they might have blown the whistle. The play might have been blown dead here.
Yeah, it's looking like Castleton football. There's no sign right there.
It was Jason Young on the carry, number 23, a junior, picked up a couple. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Spartans at their own 45-yard line. Again, out of the shotgun, Brzezowski. A little bit of pressure, has some room. He fires complete, and a nice catch there is Brandon Boyle out of Springfield High School into Plymouth State territory down at the Plymouth State 42-yard line. It picked up about 15 and a Spartan first down. 1st and 10, Castleton, the tackle made by Dan Kelly.
Good play right there. Bad tackling by Plymouth State. There was a chance right there to stop the play at about a 5-yard gain, but again, missed tackled, and you give up a bunch of extra yards.
Now they mark it to the right side hash mark, as you can see. Brzezowski, quick toss out in the right flat. It's complete, but no gain. As making the catch over there was number 86, Adam Farmer. Wong was in on that particular play. In on this play now for Castleton is number 20, Mike Tex Patterson. He was the special teams player of the year in New Jersey high school football a year ago. He was originally from Texas. They call him Tex. He's in now. One setback. Couple of wideouts to the left, 2nd and 10. Play action, Brzezowski. He lets it fly. He wants Kavanaugh, and it is
picked.
Intercepted at the 5-yard line. Kavanaugh, and also on the battle with Ray Boulay, and Boulay came up with the interception. So the Spartans were moving the football pretty well on the first possession of the year, but the interception by Boulay.
And it happens right there. That was the textbook, throw it up and go up and get it right there. That was a lot of what you see with Tom Brady and Randy Moss. It was not a bad throw, just slightly underthrown, and it looks like we might have the replay with that here right now. You can see he got a good drop, steps up into the pocket. Not a bad ball. It is a go-get-me ball, like I like to say, and Boulay just did a little bit better job going up, and you did see that ball was slightly underthrown.
First play from scrimmage for the Panthers after the interception is Chris Francher, the fullback, takes it straight ahead for a couple out to about the 8-yard line. Give them 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Just underway, Castleton and Plymouth State here in the season opener at Spartan Stadium. No score, 12:15 to go here in the first quarter.
And this is a run-heavy Plymouth State team like we saw in warm-ups. They like to run the triple option right, triple option left.
And they
Smash mouth football.
Big Knot, number 80, was in motion right to left. A little bit of a hole, and that was Ty Long. Picked his way across the 10 to about the 11-yard line. Dustin Young making the tackle for the Spartans. Out of the 22 players offensively and defensively for Castleton, Dustin Young is from Dunedin, Florida, but half of them are Vermonters.
I was going to say Plymouth State's big weapon, John Kramer, has checked into the game. He's close side to you guys, far side from us. Watch for him.
Plymouth State has it at its own 12-yard line. Third down, about 3. And this is Brancher, penalty markers down. He bounced off one man, got it out to about the 14. Chris Brancher, number 41, a host of Spartans there to drop him.
And
we'll see what the penalty marker is all about. It was a third down play.
I was going to say, before the penalty, it sure, the spot doesn't show that he's got it. Let's see what the penalty is. Did they wave it off? Oh.
We'll see if we can pick up. It's going to be offside Castleton. So it will give Plymouth State a first down. I think the referee, I didn't hear him.
No, I didn't hear him
I think
either.
he was trying to put on his microphone and didn't work. They get it out to the 17-yard line, so it is 1st and 10 for Plymouth State. Nick Puccillo is the center. They operate out of the eye. That's Kramer, number 7, in motion right to left. The quarterback is J.J. Brooks. J.J. Brooks, play action. Fires. He wants Kramer. Kramer on the catch out across the 45. No, incomplete. He did not hang on. He thought he had it, and he's still pleading his case, but it went incomplete. Brandon Bergeron, number 6, on a Hartford High School on the coverage. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Good play, and I thought he had it initially. I thought maybe that the ground caused the fumble. Good play right there, the naked boot by Plymouth State, and that's a ball that, you know, it hits you in the hands, and Kramer having such a good year last year, that's a ball he's got to come up with right there. That would have put them roughly on the 50 from one play, so interesting to see what they'll come out with right now, the one and only pass attempt thus far for them this game.
Plymouth State in white with a green numeral, 2nd and 10 at its own 17-yard line. Again, they operate out of the eye. Fake to the first man. Here's the pitch back to Ty Long, and he sweeps to the left. First down and more. Penalty markers down. He managed to get his way out across the Plymouth State 35-yard line, but we'll see what the penalty marker's all about. If the play were to stand, it would be an 18-yard pickup. Ty Long, a 5'8", 178-pound sophomore.
And Ty Long, their leading rusher last year with 764 rushing yards, averaged about 5.8 per carry.
I'm Jack Healey on board with Drew Arneson, and that's a holding call against Plymouth State, so that negates the first down carry. It would have been a first down and 18-yard pickup for the Panthers.
Just killing themselves right now. I mean, the old thing is penalties, they'll kill you in the long run, and we see the penalty and then the drop pass so far is really hurting Plymouth State, because if you add those two up, they'd definitely be in the Spartan zone right now, but maybe a little old rust that they're shaking off here from the summer.
Gabriel Aguilar is in defensively. The Spartans, number 47, I believe I saw him trotting in. After the penalty, it's 2nd down, a little over 10 for Plymouth State at its own 17. Brooks throws near side, a catch, and then incomplete. They're going to say it went incomplete. Joel Mignault tried to take a step. Maybe Plymouth State got a break there because it would have been a fumble, but they call it incomplete. It'll be 3rd down, a little over 10 for Plymouth State. The ball at the Plymouth State 17-yard line.
You know, and Dustin Young on the Castleton side, it says he's an inside linebacker right now. He is running around the field like a crazy man. He's been involved with a few different plays right now, and even right there, he came in and put that final touch, the last hit right there on that last play.
That's John Kramer, number 7, bringing it wide to the right, a man wide left. A couple of men wide to the left, and they got a slot on the left. That's Adam Getz. He's in motion left to right, and a penalty marker down. Did they take too much time? No, we have the clock here, of course, and
rough opening series right now for the Panthers.
Spartans looked impressive on their opening series, but then Boulay an interception at the Plymouth State 5-yard line. And a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, I think it was delay a game right there. It's hard. His signs are not
I'm not sure
definitive.
if that was delay a game because the clock still showed
Really?
38. It might have been motion. I didn't catch the signal, but it is a 5-yard penalty. Third down about 15. And the ball back at the 12-yard line, the Plymouth State 12. Brooks looking to keep, and he breaks one tackle, still on his feet. Reverses his field, but he's tackled back inside the 5-yard line. Great play there by Adam Sheikwood, co-captain for the Spartans out of Burlington High School.
Great play right there. And, I thought that quarterback J.J. Brooks was going to be able to keep that play alive coming back to the backside right there. And, then I also thought maybe he was going to throw it away. But great job by the Castleton Spartan defense and keeping containment, not allowing J.J. Brooks to get outside.
Patterson and Barber back deep for the Spartans here. They're going to get great field position. It's 4th down and about 21. Here's Provo to boot, and he gets the kick away. This will hit on the Plymouth State side of the field and picked up on a hop by Patterson at his own 45. Plymouth State's 45, down the sideline, out of bounds, Plymouth State 38-yard line. He was the special teams player of the year in the state of New Jersey last year as a high school senior, Mike Tex Patterson.
And great job right there. We had a good little spin move right there, and he's proven why he was one of the biggest recruits coming in this year. And
he was a big hit here in the intra-squad scrimmage a couple of weeks ago. We all asked Tom Healey from the Rutland Herald and myself, we're asking, who is that guy? And that's nobody knew.
Yeah, and I think
but
we're going to
know him now. His name is Tex. Just call him Tex.
After this play, I think we're going to get another look of that one.
Here's Brzezowski handing it off to Tyler Carpenter, and he bangs his way inside the 35 to the 33-yard line. Picks up 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. We'll take another look.
Right there, he's coming, and then you're going to see the spin move that he throws right here. State of New Jersey, they're proving why they know how to play football down there. And great, right up the sideline and out of bounds. This kid is electric.
Well, he's really a Texan, though. That's why they call him Tex. Here's the quick throw out into the right flat to Cassidy. And Cassidy, great to see that guy in space. We mentioned last year in the opening kickoff, and Castleton history almost took it all the way. Later, did take one all the way. Yep. That one picked up short yardage. Little swing pass from Brzezowski to Cassidy, and it's going to be 3rd down and 4 for the Spartans.
Big 3rd down right here. Get him a little bit closer.
That just got back to the line of scrimmage of the Plymouth State 33. Scoreless with 8:25 left here in the first quarter. Play action, Brzezowski, and underthrows Carpenter down around the 30. Well, this would be a long field goal attempt. Got to think this is 4-down territory. And, of course, the Spartans featuring prolific punter Carl Ogilo, played his high school football here in the Rutland, Vermont area at Mount St. Joseph Academy. And the kicker is Louis Robitaille, junior. But they're going to go for it here on 4th down as the sky is darkening up. We might get some rain here at Spartan Stadium. Underneath center, Brzezowski, play action, looking. And his pass incomplete over the middle, intended for Kavanaugh, right around the Plymouth State 26-yard line. Nice job on the coverage by Ray Boulay, who had that interception earlier. So the Spartans, who had great field position after the punt return by Patterson, can not get any points on the board on that drive. And it's scoreless with 8:17 to go in the first quarter. And Plymouth State will have the football 1st and 10. In its own 33-yard line.
Tell you what, so far I've been real impressed with Brzezowski stepping up into the pocket. We've seen a couple of times where he could have flat out, but he just steps up and he's put the ball on the money, but it looks like he's a little excited, throwing the ball a little too hard right now.
1st and 10 for the Panthers, Plymouth State University. And handoff right up the middle going to Chris Francher, number 41. A couple of tough yards, out to about the 37, picks up about 4.
And that's that triple option right there that we were talking about before the game. You can either, it's all on the quarterback. You can either give it to your fullback coming right up the middle, and then it goes into the option to either the right or the left.
Parker Leopold on the tackle for Castleton. 2nd down and along 6 for Plymouth State. As the handoff goes to Ty Long. Swept to the left and did manage to turn the corner for about 3 out near the 40. Poor Dustin Young brought him down. Dustin Young from Dunedin, Florida, 5'10", 225-pound junior. Third down and a long 3 for Plymouth State, just shy of its own 40-yard line. That picked up about 3. Nick Puccillo's dad played on the Plymouth State team in '81. Captain. There's the fake, and no, nothing doing. Brooks is going to be dropped short of the first down.
And right there again, the triple option didn't give it to the fullback and tried to get outside right away, but the pressure by the Castleton defensive line is doing a great job. The Panthers are allowing them to really they're getting pushed around, and you know, when the Spartans are getting 2 and 3 yards into the backfield, there's nothing you can do, even as talented as J.J. Brooks is and Ty Long in the backfield. But when you can't get your specialty players the ball, there's not much you can do.
Nick Provo back to punt. It'll be 4th down about 2 for Plymouth State and its own 41-yard line. As Patterson, one of the deep men, back for the Spartans. Barber, the other, but it's going to come up short and hit outside the 20 and then roll out of bounds at the Castleton 23-yard line or so. So the Spartans, again, for the 3rd time, get their hands on the football. They were actually pretty impressive in their first drive after getting the opening kickoff. It was a short kick, and the Spartans had pretty good field position. Finally, Boulay with an interception at the Plymouth State 5-yard line, and then the Spartans got a nice return on the next possession. Got into the Plymouth State territory. Now for the 3rd time, they have the football back. Have not been able to dent the scoreboard here as they hand off to Carpenter straight ahead, and he knocked down at about the 25-yard line. It was 1st and 10 at the Spartan 23. It'll be 2nd and 8. No score. It was 6:05 left here in the first quarter at Spartan Stadium. Big crowd. You can see the crowd across the way from our vantage point now this year. We have our cameras on the other side. Chad Bench, number 42, was in on that play. He's out of the football game right now. He is an interesting story, and we'll try to get to that in a moment. Brzezowski throws out into the right flat, complete to Kavanaugh for short yardage, out to about the 27-yard line. Andrew Kavanaugh, who played part of his career as a quarterback at Brattleboro here in Vermont a year ago. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Chad Bench is 30 years old. He has he is from Juneau, Alaska. Here's number 42. He is out for football as a 30-year-old. Played in the Montreal Expos organization in baseball. Brzezowski on 3rd down looking. Shane throws, and coming back to make the catch. Cassidy knocked out of bounds at the Spartan 41-yard line.
Great play right there, and they're doing a great job with that rollout, and that seems to be Shane's favorite play when he's rolling to his left and then all the receivers coming towards his way. He's being very successful doing that, and they look great on this little rollout play, and you know they can start running the ball after that as well. I see some umbrellas coming out, Jack. It looks like maybe the skies are slightly opening up.
Picked up about 13, a Castleton 1st down. Quick throw out into the right flat, and that's Patterson. Patterson, after making the catch, knocked down out around the Spartan 49-yard line. Picked up about 8. It'll be 2nd and 2. Kevin Whalen there on the stop for the Plymouth State University Panthers. It's not Plymouth State College. It's Plymouth State University.
Castleton's really moving the ball well. They look good right now. I thought maybe it was going to be a little rusty, but they're really moving the ball through the air.
They have looked impressive, and the defense has looked impressive as well. 2nd and short, and Carpenter on the call. Needed 2, picked up about 3 into Plymouth State territory. Tyler Carpenter from nearby Fort Edward, New York, number 39. Getting back to Chad Bench, it is a 1st down for Castleton. Chad has, people might be familiar with Jim Abbott, who played for the Yankees and Angels, among other teams. Threw and caught with his left hand. Chad Bench, the same situation. And he's a football player at Castleton now. Brzezowski throws to the far side, complete. After the pass completion, it was Kavanaugh on the catch, getting it down to the 43. Ryan Lunston on the stop for Plymouth State, then picked up about 5. 2nd and 5 for the Spartans at the Plymouth State 43. Brzezowski again looking to throw. Shoots it down the middle, and it's incomplete. He overshot his man down around the Plymouth State 32-yard line. That was intended for Adam Farmer, his tight end, sophomore out of South Burlington. Scoreless with 3:28 to go first quarter. Sky's darkening. This is something we haven't seen very much at Spartan Stadium for football. It was just a perfect weather all last year except for one game where it was in the pouring rain. But she mentioned some umbrellas are out now as the sprinkles start here at Spartan Stadium. Brzezowski to Carpenter, first down and more, and the big guy from Fort Edward, New York, smashes his way to the Panther 33-yard line. Picked up 10, another Spartan first down.
And you know, Jack, if the Spartans get the running game going right now, which they are starting to do, and they're really starting to take control of this game, if the running game starts heating up, that's going to open a lot more stuff for Shane in there, because if Plymouth starts bringing 8 men to the box, he's got a great arm. We know what he can do with it.
Well, if it's working, go again to the big guy, Carpenter, and he smacks his way down to the 26-yard line. Picks up about 7 on first down. It'll be 2nd and 3. Just under 3 minutes to go. First quarter, scoreless. Plymouth State University in Castleton. 2nd and 2, we'll call it. The Spartans have it at the Plymouth State 26-yard line. Couple of wideouts to the right. Kavanaugh to Brattleboro wide to the left. Brzezowski on the handoff to Carpenter, and he fumbles the football. And is it going to be the second turnover? I believe it will be. Plymouth State is recovered. Plymouth State recovers as the Spartans were controlling the football and driving, and it was Matt McLean on the fumble recovery, and for the second time the Spartans are turned away. The fumble recovery. So Plymouth State has had a fumble recovery and an interception.
And it's basically in the same part of the field right now. They're not quite into the red zone, but they're getting close enough where they're knocking on the door and then they're giving the ball right back. That's something as the Spartans offense you just cannot do. You can't afford to, march down the field and then all of a sudden get close and give it up.
So Plymouth State has come up with a couple of turnovers as this is Long, and he sweeps to the left, and he manages to turn the corner at the 35 out to about the 40. Picked up about 15 and a first down. Ty Long for Plymouth State. Tackle finally made.
Oh, that can't be right.
Well, tackle finally made by the Spartans, we'll put it that way. Get it out to the 41. 1st and 10, Plymouth State and its own 41. Give them 16 when it was all said and done. This time Long. They got him bottled up in the backfield, lost about a yard back to the 40.
Good job right there by the Spartans defense. Just back to what you said. If it works once, do it again to the opposite side, and that's exactly what the Panthers did right there. They had a great run to the left, but now they tried it to the right, and it was bottled up right there by the Spartans defense.
Josh Osborne leading the charge there, and Dustin Young was over in the general area as well. It's 2nd down, a little over 10 for Plymouth State at the 40.
I was going to say, I do believe that tackle of the previous play was Jacob Miter.
Miter,
excuse me.
Because you're pointing to an offensive guy.
Yeah.
Minute 27 to go first quarter, scoreless, 2nd and a little over 10, and this is Brooks on the option. Looked like Dustin Young tripped him up after a pickup of about 5 out to the 45-yard line of Plymouth State.
And surprising me that Plymouth has not yet tried to throw the ball a little bit more. That the one attempt to John Kramer, which was, he almost came up with about the 25-yard reception, and it was really close. And, being who I am, I would go back to it once more. And, again, he's lined up close to us, so far away from you guys.
52 seconds to go in the first quarter. 3rd down and 6 for Plymouth State. Its own 45. J.J. Brooks. Play action, looking. Fires, and it's complete at the 50 and incomplete. Had his man for a moment at the 50-yard line. And that was complete to Malia for a moment. It was incomplete. And who separated him? Cody Tancredi out of Windsor. Hit him as soon as he
put a good hit on him, too, right there. He went up. That was the typical catch right there. He went up with both hands. And then
it was, he had it, and then, of course, got hit hard by Tancredi Malia. And it'll be 4th down and 6 as the rain is really coming down here now at Spartan Stadium. And some fans are looking for cover. So, again, Plymouth State has to boot the football away. This is Provo, and he hits it at the 20, and he gets a good roll. It's going to roll out of bounds at the Castleton 10-yard line. Nice job by Nick Provo. Nick Provo, a 6'3", 242-pound sophomore.
Well,
the
Jack,
Spartans go on the offense.
looking out into this weather, I have to admit I'm a little bit excited to be here, a part of the media, if you will, not being a spectator right now because, like you said, it just kind of opened up and it's pouring now up here in Vermont.
Oh, the media has it so easy. We're under cover in the rain. Brzezowski underneath set. Here's the Spartans operate out of the eye. Quick throw off into the flat. Complete, but not for much. Out to about the 11-yard line.
And
there was Cassidy on the catch.
The great thing about the short passes and the screen passes like that, even though you're throwing the ball, it's still acting like a running game. I mean, they have to make adjustments, bring more people up, and it's going to open in the long run, the long pass up. Although with the wind and the rain, the passing game might go down a little bit here.
There is a breeze going at the back of the Spartans here in the first quarter, as that will be the final play of the quarter. Brzezowski sets up the screen, incomplete. Set up the screen, but it went incomplete as he wanted to toss that one out to number 23. Jason Young was the intended receiver. Now, Carl Ojala, Mount St. Joseph Academy grad.
And he's got an electric leg on him right there.
Played at North Carolina State. He's going to go out to about 5 yards deep in his own end zone on 4th down and 9. And look to boom it out of there, and he does boom it out of there. And this is Long, hit immediately at the 50-yard line and driven back. Ty Long. Oh, my, the special teams. It was Cody Tancredi.
Same player that put that shellacking on that hit earlier when the Panthers receiver went up to try to catch it, but almost same exact kind of area as well.
Wasn't Wakus out there too? Number 8. But there was Tancredi who made the hit.
Yep.
So Plymouth State actually pretty good field position, but they have it at the 50-yard line. Nice booming punt out of his own end zone by Carl Ojala. I'll say he played some college ball at North Carolina State. 1st and 10, Plymouth State at the 50. And this is J.J. Brooks on the option. Knocked down at the Spartan 43-yard line. It'll be 2nd down about 7. That's the first quarter statistics. It's scoreless early going 2nd quarter.
For Plymouth State, Ty Long is leading the rushing way with 23 yards. Chris Francheur is right behind him with 7 yards, and J.J. Brooks, again, right behind him with 7 yards as well.
So Plymouth State 2nd down and about 3 at the Castleton 43-yard line. They operate out of the eye, and the deep handoff and slipping on the rainy field. It was Ty Long. Rainy field doesn't sound right. It's raining at the field. The slippery field.
Yeah, exactly.
And that turf here.
I was going to say, that turf definitely gets slippery when it's wet. Passing for Plymouth State, J.J. Brooks is 0 for 3 with a sack and 3 punts for Nick Provost for a total of 129 yards. His average is 43. His longest is 49 yards to this point.
So it's 3rd down and 3 for Plymouth State at the Castleton 43. It's scoreless. I really expected and it still might be, but it's scoreless. I'm a little surprised here, even with the rain. Here again, Long, and there's nothing there. This fired up Spartan defensive unit. Sheequin turned the play inside, number 84. And Dustin Young was over there, number 44. Make the play defensively. They had some help. It'll be 4th down for Plymouth State.
And, just like you said, he is leading the team right now in that first quarter. Dustin Young with 3 unassisted tackles. Right behind him, Josh Osborne with 2 tackles. And then Sinclair and Gabriel Aguilar with 1 tackle both.
4th down, about 2, and the Panthers will boot it. as they have it at the Castleton 43. This is Provo, and he booms it away, and that's Barber calling for the fair catch at the 7-yard line. Number 3, Vincent Barber. So Spartans have it again, 1st and 10. They've really moved the football pretty well, but there's been a interception by Ray Boulay at the Plymouth State 5-yard line. Matt McLean, a fumble recovery as well for Plymouth State to turn the Spartans away.
Yeah, and a couple of stats here. Rushing, Tyler Carpenter is leading the way, 27 yards so far. Mick Wong with 4 yards, Jason Young with 2 yards, and Evan Cassidy with 1 yard.
Shane Brzezowski from Rensselaer, New York, underneath center. Carpenter bangs his way off right tackle to about the 11-yard line before he's dropped. And number 23 on the stop for Plymouth State.
And he looks
Dan Kelly, a senior.
He looks like he was a little upset right there. He thinks that it sure didn't look like his knee hit the ground. He thought that he landed on top of the Plymouth State player and could keep going, but they blew the whistle dead, and definitely not looking real happy about it at this point.
Picked up 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. The Spartans have it at their own 11. Brzezowski, some play action. Moves to the left, looking for some room. He's going to keep, and he's knocked down out at about the 13. Picked up a couple of yards in the play.
Looks like that was number 2 on the tackle.
Yeah, it looked like Steve Campbell over there to make the stop for the Panthers. 3rd down, about 5 of the Spartans. Scoreless with 11:42 to go here in the half. And after we run by the statistics at halftime, we'll see if we can pick up a lot of the Castleton State marching band, the Castleton Marching Band, and directed by Hank Vaughn. Remember, not only was it the debut for Castleton in football a year ago, but also for the marching band. Mick Wong was in on that play, number 41. He's out of the game now, out of the shotgun, Brzezowski. And he is going to keep and get a 1st down. He looked to his right and then kept down across the 20 to about the 21.
Great game for him right now. I mean, his passing from that first quarter, he was 8 for 12 with 1 pick for 53 yards. His long was 14 yards. Receiving, Andrew Kavan went 4 times for 24 yards. Evan Cassidy.
Yeah, Kavanaugh,
2 for 15. Brandon Boyle, 1 for 14. And Adam Farmar, 1 for 0 yards.
After the play action, after picking up the 1st down at the 20, that's complete to Kavanaugh for short yardage. 22 is Andrew Kavanaugh out of Brattleboro. 2nd and 9. The Spartans have it at their own 21-yard line. It's scoreless. Of course, you have the clock up in your screen there and the score. As you can see, the clock, 10:40 left here in the first half. A scoreless ball game. Plymouth State and Castleton out of the shotgun. Brzezowski. He's going to air it out long down the left sideline. Incomplete. Overthrew his intended receiver, Andrew Kavanaugh, down around the Plymouth State 43-yard line.
You know, and that's not necessarily a bad play right there. All they're showing is they are willing to spread the floor out a little bit, if you will, and they're not afraid to go for that long ball. Like they showed it on that first drive where he threw the pick, but right there was almost the same play. Just again, making sure that Plymouth State has to respect the arm strength.
Spartans have it 3rd down and 9, their own 21-yard line. That's Cassidy in motion. Fake to Cassidy, Brzezowski, and they're going to sack him back at the 13-yard line. They finally do get to him. The Panthers, there were 3 guys in there, but give Jim Buckley a sack, a senior.
I was going to say 95, Matt
Fiore also in there. Lost yardage back to the 14. It'll be 4th down and about 16. And Ojala again back to boot right around his own goal line. Carl Ojala. Snap is a good one. And the kick is blocked. And it will be caught at the 10-yard line, down at the 4-yard line for Plymouth State after the blocked punt.
What a punt right there. And I don't think the Castleton Spartans even realized what was going on. And somebody got a hand on it. The ball went straight up in the air. Nobody was looking for it except for the Panthers defense. And fortunate enough to not even allow him to get into the end zone.
It was Matt Bailey that caught it in the air and returned it to the 4-yard line. So Plymouth State will have it 1st and goal, and that's another turnover, the block punt. I'm not sure. Maybe we can get another look on the replay here as to who blocked the punt. It was Bailey who
caught
it out of the air.
They are working on it here.
1st and goal for Plymouth State at the 4-yard line. Handoff straight ahead and banging his way down to about the 1 is Chris Brancher. So here's Castleton really dominating, but 2 turnovers, now 3. The block punt. They had an interception here. Take a look and see if we can catch the number here.
Castleton is big enough, so there's a lot to
punt.
do.
It'll be
it's
second and
small
goal
enough
for
so
Plymouth
I can really
State.
Get involved.
Sports.
This is number 2 right there that blocked it.
Steve Campbell will get in there to make
Looks like he got like a hand on it. It wasn't the typical block punt where you see the person takes it to the chest.
I believe it came down to Bailey, number 34, returned it to about the 4-yard line.
Yeah, he got a hand on it. The ball went straight up in the air and then right down to the Plymouth player. And
second and goal, Plymouth State at the Castleton 2. And the handoff is going to be a touchdown. Steve Campbell trots in for the touchdown.
You know, and that's a great right there. Not only did he make the defensive masterpiece right there, getting the hand on the punt, and, you know, they turn around and they give the ball right back to him for 6 points. Plymouth State first on the board today from about 2 yards out.
Steve Campbell, who's a linebacker and blocked the punt, gets the touchdown, 6-0 Plymouth with 9 minutes to go in the half, and the extra point is up, and it is no good. The extra point attempted by Christian Mulcahy. So a 2-yard touchdown run by Steve Campbell for Plymouth State with 9 minutes to go in the half. The kick no good, and it's Plymouth 6 and Castleton nothing. Back with a kickoff after this timeout on NSN.
Why did I choose Castleton?
Castleton is big enough, so there's a lot to do. It's small enough so I can really get involved.
Sports.
Theater and music.
Radio and TV.
Internships and community service. There's a real sense of community.
And lots of opportunity.
And Castleton is in Vermont.
That means hiking, biking, skiing, and riding.
Visit castleton.edu to learn more about Castleton.
Lucky on the return of the kickoff, out across the 30, 35 penalty markers down, out across the 40 to about the 44-yard line. As we have a penalty marker down on the return. Jacob Alecki, a freshman, and the touchdown, Campbell, it's going to be a block from behind against Castleton on the return.
That's what I figured was going to happen. And, you know, talking about that touchdown, Jack, you know, the extra point is something that's taken for granted a lot. And right now it just proved that it's very important. I mean, we've all seen it in the pros and in, you know, the college game, that 1 point can come back to haunt you. And after you do so much work to get into the end zone for your kicker to miss that extra point, it's really kind of a downfall and something that you do not want to keep missing.
The block punt, Steve Campbell. Campbell also got the touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown run. Plymouth State missed the extra point. It's 6-0 Plymouth State with 8:54 to go here in the half. Castleton actually has dominated, I think, Drew, but they have it 1st and 10 back at their own 30-yard line. Here's Brzezowski down the near side. Wanted Patterson. He overthrows him at the 40. Speaking of Campbell, he had Patterson really step by step. We mentioned number 20, Mike Tex Patterson, last year's New Jersey Special Teams Player of the Year, but he grew up in Texas.
Yep. And, you know, we were saying New Jersey, they know how to football, but growing up in Texas, they know how to play
football in Jersey, but Texas, they really know.
I was going to say, those boys, they really know how to play football.
2nd and 10, Brzezowski play action looks. And it's complete to Carpenter coming out of the backfield. Nice move across the 40 and up at the Castleton 46-yard line. Picked up 16. Boy, that was a nice pass by Brzezowski. Just got it over the defender. Fallon made the tackle.
I believe it was Fallon, too, who he just barely got that ball over. And Fallon did a good job chasing him down from the behind and getting him. Again, this play action is great for the Spartans right now. Getting Brzezowski moving out of the pocket a little bit. I mean, his pocket presence is wonderful, too, stepping up when he's got it.
16-yard pickup and a first down. 1st and 10, Spartans, their own 46. Mick Wong, and he's going to be bottled up. And we mentioned Fallon, number 13, making the tackle there. Wrapped him up, the linebacker, a senior. Nice shots there from our camera people here. Good job by our cameramen. And we got Blair, we got Tom, and we got Brian. Someday I'll find out what their last names are. But player Tom and Brian and Jack Weston and Ryan McDonald are our producers. Great camera work, fellas. Perfect. So you got our camera angle across the way. Wazowski 2nd and 11. Play action. Fires deep, and it's incomplete. And boy, I'll tell you, nice job by the Plymouth State secondary.
Yeah.
That was intended for Kavanaugh down around the Plymouth 15-yard line. It'll be third down, a little over 10 for the Spartans, and the Spartans have it at their own 45-yard line. 6-0 Plymouth State with 7:41 to go in the half.
Right there, that was, I don't know if I would have thrown it right there. That was in double coverage. It's hard to. And like you said, the defensive backs for Plymouth State right now are doing a great job and just shutting down the receivers. Lots and lots of speed for the defensive backs here at Plymouth State. And
Castleton calls for a timeout. We'll keep it right here. Third down, a little over 10 for the Spartans, their own 45. 6-0 Plymouth State after a block punt. Plymouth State took a couple of plays to bang it in from 2 yards out. Steve Campbell with the touchdown. He was the guy that also blocked the punt, as the Spartans really have dominated, but 3 turnovers, the block punt. There's been a fumble recovery for Plymouth State and an interception. I know you had more to tell on the Chad Benz story. We mentioned Chad Benz out of Juneau, Alaska earlier.
And this is a wonderful story. These are those things that you love to see, and you see these on ESPN. Chad Benz was a professional pitcher, like you said, in the Montreal Expos organization. He made it to the pros before his injury. I believe it was a shoulder injury, and he was out. He did face the Cincinnati Reds when King Griffey Jr. was on 498 home runs. He struck out King Griffey Jr., he struck out Adam Dunn and Sean Casey in 1 inning of work. And, now he got hurt. He was rehabbing and decided baseball's done, and now he's using his size for football here at
30-year-old
Castleton.
freshman right here at Castleton. And I'm glad you told that story. King Griffey Jr., Adam Dunn, and Sean Casey struck him out in the Expos organization. A little screen to Wong in space to the 40, 35, 30. Wong to the 15, to the 10, down at the Plymouth 6-yard line.
What a play right there. Great play call by Castleton right there. They've been trying to set up that screen all day long. They threw it to the left for absolutely nothing. Wong hasn't been getting a lot of carries out of the backfield. And right there, perfect ball. And that was a 35, 40-yard gain right there.
That was 49 yards. First and goal for the Spartans. Where they're going to mark it. They're going to mark it at the 7-yard line. First and goal, Spartans, the Plymouth 7-yard line. That's Cassidy in motion. Carpenter straight ahead. He trots into the end zone. Tie ball game, 6-6.
And we do have the replay of that long game by Juan.
Yes.
Going back out to the kick.
Here's Robitaille to attempt the extra point to put the Spartans in front here. Ojala the holder. And the Spartans have taken a 7-6 lead. Again, we'll keep it right here. We can find that long. It's going to be an 8-yard touchdown run for Carpenter, and then the extra point by Robitaille with 7:11 to go in the half, and Castleton's taken a 7-6 lead.
Looks like the sky might open up for us now, Jack. It looks like the rain is kind of peeled away, and maybe the sun's going to come out.
Adam Dunn and Sean Casey struck him out in the Expos organization. A little screen to Wong in space to the 40, 35, 30. Wong to the 15, to the 10, down at the Plymouth 6-yard line. They finally got the mic going, but there was a lot of feedback there. 7-6 Castleton, 7:03 to go in the half. Very good football game here in the season openers. We did have some rain earlier. It's settled down a little bit. I don't think it's raining anymore, is it? I don't see any umbrellas.
Look like it.
But a huge crowd here at Castleton Spartan Stadium. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the Plymouth State 26-yard line. That negates a nice return by Christian Mulcahy, a 5'10", 168-pound junior. So the 49-yard pass play from Brzezowski to Wong, and officially an 8-yard touchdown run for Carpenter. Robitaille the extra point. Ojala, by the way, was also the guy on the kickoff, and he was in on that defensive play too. Saved a touchdown. As it turned out, it was called back anyway. And this is Campbell who got the touchdown and that blocked punt, and he's swallowed up in the backfield.
Great play right there by Vincent Barber, the cornerback to our side of the field.
That lost about a yard. It'll be second down and 11 for Plymouth State at its own 25. It's Castleton 7.
Nothing,
and
you know, hasn't been getting no carries out of the.
6:33 to go in the half.
Up, and they are not allowing the Panthers to move the ball, period, through the air or on the ground.
3rd and 11, Panthers, their own 24. J.J. Brooks looking to throw. He shoots it far side, coming back to make the catch is Kramer, but it looks to be a little shy of the first down here.
Yeah, maybe not the best spot in the world. I thought he had it on the catch, but.
Got it out to the 36-yard line. He needed about 12, picked up a little less than 12.
Yeah.
It'll be 4th down, less than a yard. But
like they
or will it be 3rd down
it.
coming up? They got 3rd down on this. I said 4th down, but I believe it's 3rd down coming up, correct?
Yeah, definitely.
So
a little confusion down there on the sidelines.
Yeah, they had 4th on the stick originally.
On the Plymouth side.
That was a big-time play.
Yeah.
It's going to be shy of first down yardage. J.J. Brooks finding John Kramer on the completion. Now, this is a team, you mentioned many times already, Drew, that likes to use the triple option. They don't throw the ball a lot.
You know, I mean.
Yeah, it is 4th down.
Yep.
That was
all sorts of confusion down there on that
That was a 3rd down
sideline.
play. It's 4th down coming up, right?
They still have 3rd down written or on the.
They got 4th down on the scoreboard, 3rd down on the stick. Well, they got it straight, fellas. What is it?
Oh, it's 4th down
it's
now.
4th down,
right.
okay.
4th down.
And they are going to go for it, or at least they come up to the line of scrimmage. And Brooks on the keeper, and I believe he didn't need much.
Definitely got it. That pile moved forward a lot. Looks like that the guard, 76 right there, really pushed the pile. 76 for the Panthers. Dave Button did a great job right there, making sure that the pile went forward.
So it is a 1st and 10 for the Plymouth State University Panthers. They have it at their own 37-yard line. Castleton 7, Plymouth 6. With 5:05 to go in the half here in the season opener at Spartan Stadium.
Kramer
in motion, number 7, left to right. And Campbell is tripped up in the backfield and getting him. That's Aguilar again, I believe. Yeah,
he's having
47.
a great game. I mean, we got the stats from the first quarter, and he had a tackle for a loss. And right now, I think in the last series, he's made 2 or 3 tackles for a loss.
Aguilar.
I don't know where
he's a Vermonter. He's from Orange, Vermont.
I was gonna say
Freshman.
I'm waiting for the day that you call somebody from Colorado out there from.
2nd and 10, play action. J.J. Brooks has some time, shoots it down the middle, incomplete out across the 45, inside the 45 in Castleton territory to the 43-yard line, and that was the completion of Christian Mulcahy. Nice throw by Brooks. So 1st and 10, Plymouth State in Castleton territory.
And Brandon Bergeron put a good hit on him. A great job by the wide receiver holding on to the football right there. I mean, he did get plunked pretty good, but managed to keep the ball. And, you know, that's something that this Plymouth State offense needed really badly, was to get the ball moving through the air.
That was about a 23-yard pass play. Mulcahy on the catch from J.J. Brooks. Campbell fumbles. Looks like Sheikwood has recovered for the Spartans. 1st and 10, Castleton.
And that's a mirror of what exactly the Spartans would do the whole time. They would move the football, do something positive, and give it right back away. And Plymouth State finally doing something positive through the air. They obviously can't get the running game going. They make a good pass, and then all of a sudden now they give up the football right back to the Spartans with a bunch of momentum. Excuse me.
3:52, that's how they speak in Colorado. It is 3:52 to go in the half. Castleton after the fumble recovery. Adam Shequin. First and 10, Spartans their own 46, and Brzezowski throws it up for grabs, and it's intercepted.
And
oh my! And talk about the momentum going the other way.
I feel like I might have jinxed it, but we do have the replay on the fumble recovery here.
Brian Castellucci, by the way, on the interception for Plymouth.
And right here is the fumble recovery. It was just a bad handoff. It looked like never got the handle on the football. I don't think it even went into the running back's hands. So that was just a gimme play for Castleton. And what happened just now, I think somebody tipped the ball. I don't know, or if somebody hit Shane's arm on the comeback, but the ball was just kind of a wounded duck was what we like to call it back in the day. And
Plymouth State with 2 interceptions and a fumble recovery and a blocked punt. That's 4 Castleton turnovers. And the Panthers going with Campbell, who's actually gone both ways here. And he spins his way to about the 45-yard line.
And I'm
Ever since he had that blocked punt,
I'm trying to look for Ty Long, who, like I said earlier, led the team in rushing last year with 786 yards, I do believe. And he sure has not been on the field since. I don't know if he's hurt maybe. I'm trying to pick him out on the sideline or laying down somewhere, but yeah, like you said, Ty Long has not been in the game since that blocked punt.
Second down and 2. Plymouth State at its own 45-yard line. Castleton 7-6 lead with 3:05 left here in the first half at Spartan Stadium in the season opener. Brooks on the play action, and he's going to keep right up the middle. And he's got a lot of room as he gets it into Spartan territory. It's intercepted finally at the Spartan 39-yard line. Finally making the tackle was Vincent Barber, number 3. Picked up about 16. So Plymouth State, after that fumble, we talked about momentum, but then getting the interception, switching momentum back the Panthers' way. Plymouth State in white with the green numerals. First and 10, Castleton's 39-yard line. I thought somewhere up on the board they tell us about timeouts. I know Castleton's taken one. I don't believe Plymouth State has taken any.
Yeah.
First and 10, the Panthers at the Spartan 39. That's Kramer in motion. And this is Campbell. Campbell taking a couple of people with him down to about the 31-yard line. Picked up.
You know, and this is not what you want to see from the Spartans' defense. All of a sudden, they're coming out really flat. And the minute that Plymouth State's able to start moving the ball on the ground against you, it's going to be a long day. They still haven't gone back to that triple option. This is just a straight give right, straight give left, hitting about, it looks like the 4-hole to the 5-hole. So Castleton's D-line got to come up big now.
Picked about 8. This is Francher, the big fullback. He smacks his way down to about the 27. Nelson Young made the tackle on the previous play, and that is a first down. Final play, making the tackle that time for the Spartans. Ethan McCurra, who's the son of, well, his dad is one of the coaches here out of Granville, New York. First and 10, Plymouth at the Spartan 27-yard line. 1:40 to go here in the half. And Brooks, after the fake on the option, is knocked down at the 25-yard line.
You know, Jack, I'm obviously not a coach here, being here with you, but this Plymouth State team, I have to question it because all of a sudden they've gone back to the triple option, and it does look like Plymouth took a timeout right now to discuss a couple of things, but the triple option is looking awful right now. Their straight give, like I just said, hitting that 5 and the 4 holes have been a lot more successful, but this triple option is just, they're not getting anything. I don't know if Castleton was prepared for it, if they're just reading the quarterback's eyes right off the bat, but they're not doing much with it, and that is their bread and butter play.
You have a look at the Plymouth timeout here. It's the first timeout unofficially. Castleton 7, Plymouth 6 with 1:34 to go in the half. And Plymouth has its second down and 9 at the Castleton 25-yard line. Plymouth got on the board first after a blocked punt on a 2-yard touchdown run for Steve Campbell in the second quarter. With 9 minutes to go in the half, the try for the extra point no good. Spartans came back, set up on a 49-yard pass play from Brzezowski to Mick Wong that gave the Spartans, and we say unofficially, a 49-yard pass play. Gave the Spartans a first and goal at the 8. Tyler Carpenter took it over from 8 yards out to tie it at 6 apiece, and Louis Robitaille smacked home the extra point to give the Spartans a 7-6 lead, and that's where we stand right now. Second down and 8. The Panthers have it at the Castleton 25-yard line. Play action, J.J. Brooks fires to the end zone, wants Kramer in. Wow. It's incomplete. Great defensive play for Bergeron out of Hartford High School, another Castleton Vermonter.
Yeah, great job. I thought that was a touchdown right there. I really thought that Kramer had him beat, but great makeup speed by Bergeron right there. I really thought that he was 2-3 steps behind him, but he turned on that afterjet and managed to get a hand in between the way. Great defensive play right there.
So it's third down and 8 for Plymouth State at the Castleton 25-yard line. Castleton with a 7-6 lead. You have the scoreboard right there on your screen. And the time left as well. And in motion right to left, that's Getz. J.J. Brooks sets up the screen. Complete to Campbell. Boyd's one man. Can't get by the second man. Bergeron makes the tackle down at the 22-yard line. Picked up 3. It'll be fourth down. Clock stops with 1:16 to go in the half. Going to mark it at the 23. Another timeout here. We'll keep it right here. This might be Castleton's timeout.
I think that was a Castleton timeout. And you know, Jack, with all the turnovers that we're talking about, it's surprised that this is still a 7-6 game because usually turnovers are just the death of everyone.
Well, 4 turnovers, 2 interceptions, 2 Castleton turnovers, 2 interceptions, and a fumble and a blocked punt.
Oh,
I guess Plymouth State on the timeout.
And that, I bet they're talking about right now that they have to score. They're on the 30.
They're on the 23.
Oh, excuse me. 23-yard line. They have to score right here. They're way too close to come out without any points.
By the way, speaking of Colorado, my niece Tatum lives in Frisco, Colorado, and today's her birthday. So happy birthday to Tatum. But I don't think she's
listening.
No, I don't.
I was gonna say you'll have to give me their number. Frisco's 5 miles from Breckenridge. So
well, that's where she lives. She's been out there for several years, and today is her birthday.
Well, maybe I'll call my parents and have to make sure that they send a happy birthday to young
4 down territory, and now Castleton calls for a timeout. They wanted to see how the Panthers would set up, and the Panthers did have Aaron Getz, number 87, and John Kramer, number 7, wide to the left. They had Joel Mignault, number 80, wide to the right. 7-6 Castleton with 1:16 to go in the half, and certainly 4 down territory. 4th down and about 6 for Plymouth State, the Castleton 23-yard line.
So does Tatum know how popular you are back here?
Oh, yeah, sure.
So you make sure you send her all sorts of NSN T-shirts and hats, and going to spread the word throughout the country. The Northeast Sports Network with Jack Healey.
And also Channel 20, PEGTV on the Rutland cable system, public access. And
good little plug right there.
Mike Valentine.
Here at
Chris McCormick.
Castleton State College. Getting all sorts of plugs in there.
4 down territory. Campbell is the deep back. Francher is the up back out of the eye. Couple of wideouts to the left, a wideout to the right on 4th down. J.J. Brooks looking. Brooks throws near side. Incomplete. Castleton football. It was intended for Kramer about the 15. Barber on the coverage. And the Spartans have it 1st and 10 at their own 23. And, you know, this high-powered offense from offensive coordinator Brian Grady, we'll see. It's 1:11. That's a eternity for Brian Grady.
And they've moved the ball through the air, on the ground. They've done about everything. The screen passes have worked, so he's got a plethora of choices right now to do.
Well, we're going to wonder here, though. Brzezowski's going to be underneath center as Kavanaugh comes wide to the right, or is he coming off the football field? He's coming off the field. And
legal substitution, I want to say.
Andrew LaFleur is the up back.
Too many men on the field?
Or are they calling they're calling too much time, I think. Let's see. There is a penalty marker down.
The back judge threw that one.
Now they're discussing it. Castleton trails 6-0, but came back to tie it at 6 apiece, and then took a 7-6 lead on Lewis Robitaille's extra point. That's where we stand right now. Castleton 7, Plymouth State 6. with a minute 11 to go in the half. The season opener here at Spartan Stadium, the 2010 season, the second season for Castleton. Of course, 4 more home games to go. There's a home game next week, a week from Saturday, which we'll have, and also on Channel 20. It is a 5-yard penalty to mark it back to the 18. It is illegal substitution. You're right. That's the feedback. It is so pleasant.
We got to get Jeff Weld, our SSID, on that. Right? You must have not done the proper preparation for the game today.
1st and 15. Spartans have it back at their 18. That's Cassidy in motion. This is Carpenter looking to bounce to the outside. They're going to wrap him up after a pickup of 1. So they might be content here. Making the tackle is Henry Fallon, a senior linebacker, number 13. 56 seconds to go. Second down at the 20-yard line. Second down about 13. Spartans have it at their own 20. Chris Kernan is over the football. Andrew Kernan, his brother, is a tackle on the right side. Couple of Kernans, the Kernan brothers. On the Castleton offensive line. Andrew playing offensively on the offensive line for the first time in his career. He was a defensive end last year.
Nah, Jack, I think you're right. They are content going in.
Carpenter smacks his way out across the 25 to the 27.
Having the 1-point lead going into the half, it sure does look like that's going to be the last play of this first half.
Whalen and Castellucci on the tackle. It's going to let the time run down here. Got out to about the 27. It'll be 3rd and 5, but that'll be the final play of the first half. And an interesting first half indeed at halftime here at Spartan Stadium. Castleton 7 and Plymouth State 6. We'll be back with our halftime comments. We'll listen into the Castleton Marching Band as well as we check the statistics first before a huge crowd here at Spartan Stadium. And we'll be back with our halftime show after this on NSN.
Why did I choose Castleton?
Castleton is big enough, so there's a lot to do. It's small enough so I can really get involved.
Sports.
Theater and music.
Radio and TV.
Internships and community service. There's a real sense of community.
And lots of opportunity.
And Castleton is in Vermont.
That means hiking, biking, skiing, and riding.
Visit castleton.edu to learn more about Castleton.
Want to talk about our stats first, and we'll see if we can listen to the band for a little bit, and we'll get the official stats here in just a moment. But after a scoreless first quarter, the Plymouth State University Panthers get on the board with 9 minutes to go in the half, as Castleton has a 7-6 lead here at halftime. But Plymouth scored first after a Steve Campbell blocked punt. Plymouth then would have it 1st and goal at the Castleton 4-yard line, and Campbell himself would take it over from 2 yards out to put Plymouth up 6-0. The try for the extra point, no good. But the Spartans would come back with 7:11 to go in the half, and I had it unofficially as a 49-yard pass play from Shane Brzezowski to Hartford's Mick Wong, and it gave the Spartans a 1st and goal, and Tyler Carpenter took it over from 8 yards out with 7:11 to go in the half to tie the game at 6 apiece. Louis Robitaille with the extra point to make it 7-6. And that's where we stand right now. The Spartans with that 7-6 lead here at halftime. I'm Jack Healey on board with Drew Arnis, and Tom Healey has dropped in from the Rutland Herald. Maybe we could talk to Tom for just a minute or two before we get the official stats. Drew, and we want to certainly give the band its due time here, but we'll wait for the stats. Tom Healey from the Rutland Herald. We might add that Plymouth State has had a couple of interceptions, a fumble recovery, and a blocked punt. The Spartans have a fumble recovery by Adam Sheequin, and it was on the next play. Plymouth came back with an interception. Now Castleton leads on the scoreboard, Tom. And I believe Castleton indeed is dominating the football game. All those turnovers.
No question. 2 things jump out at me. First of all, Steve Campbell is Gordy Lockbaum, and Castleton has branded themselves as a real contender, I think. In the ECFC, the Eastern Collegiate Football Conference, they better look out because this is a team that's taken a giant leap.
Well, I got to tell you, if somebody told me that the score would be 7-6 either team at halftime, I would have thought they were crazy.
Yeah.
Because I really expected a game something like 35-28. Well, it still might be, but the Castleton defense has really been surprising. And we might add, if it were not for the turnovers, Castleton, and I know if Frogs had wings, and we'll have Drew Arneson run by the statistics here in just a minute or two. That's the Castleton band here on the field. We're probably going to get emails saying, "Shut up on the stats, give us the band." But we got to do what we got to do football-wise. As the weather getting better again here at Spartan Stadium. You know, you mentioned Campbell being Gordy Lockbaum. For people that don't know, he's the guy that used to go both ways way back at Holy Cross. But Campbell blocked the punt and then scored the touchdown, or blocked the punt, scored the touchdown. But he must be playing because of an injury. Because where in the heck?
Well, you know what? I think in
is
previous,
Ty Long?
I know, but I think in previous years they have done this with Steve Campbell. But what I thought was after he blocked the punt and took it in, I figured he was just going to be a short yardage guy, a goal line guy. But then he's been carrying the ball, in the middle of the field also. So, quite a performance by Campbell. But I've got to tell you, the Spartans have really, no matter what happens in the second half, they look like a player this year in the Eastern Collegiate Football Conference.
We'll let you go here, and we'll have Drew run by the stats. And again, it's Castleton with a 7-6 lead. And let me repeat myself. I'm amazed on the defense. I really am. I mean, the defense has been great.
It's sensational. I remember people
Barber and Dustin
people talking
Young.
about second guessing the defense in the green and white game, which was a shootout. But the defense has really stood up today. So kudos to Mark Klatt and the defense.
And we'll have Drew Arneson here. We'll run by the statistics, and we'll listen into the Spartan band here in just a moment. You can see the Spartan band there. 7-6 Castleton here at halftime.
All right, try to get through these stats as quick as I can to get you out there. For Plymouth State, rushing J.J. Brooks 8 times for 35 yards. Ty Long 6 times for 24 yards. Chris Francher 4 times for 14 yards. And Steve Campbell, the two-way players, 6 times for 16 yards. Passing J.J. Brooks is 3 for 8 for 34 yards with the long of 21, sacked once. Receiving Christian McNulty once for 21 yards. John Kramer, once for 11 yards. Again, right there is a great job. Castleton is shutting down their number 1 receiver. And then Steve Campbell once for 2 yards. Their punter, Nick Provis, has been real busy. 4 punts for 163 yards, averaged 40.8 yards, a long of 49 yards, 2 within the 20. And then defensively, Zach Parson is leading the way with 7 tackles. Harry Fallon with 5, Kevin Whalen with 5, and Dan Kelly with 4. On the Castleton side of the football, Tyler Carpenter is leading the way on the rushing attack, 11 times for 46 yards. Mick Wong right behind him, 2 times with 4 yards. Jason Young once for 2 yards, and Shane Brozowski 3 for 9 yards. Passing is Shane Brozowski, 11 for 20 for 116. Receiving Andrew Kavanaugh, 5 for 25. Evan Cassidy, 2 for 15. Mick Wong, 1 for 47. And Tyler Carpenter, 1 for 15.
They officially, that long pass to Wong was a 47-yarder. Rigoli was the guy that missed the extra point for Plymouth. On our sheet here, they had Christian Mulcahy. I don't remember if I mentioned Mulcahy here or not. Rigoli, according to the stats, missed the extra point for Plymouth, but it might have been Mulcahy. He was listed on our depth chart here as the kicker, but it's 7-6. Castleton leading Plymouth State here at halftime. Of course, Plymouth will get the second half kickoff. There's stats. I'm Jack Healey, Drew Arneson, and we'll just listen into the Castleton marching band here at Spartan Stadium.
Spartan fans for your Castleton football.
We are at halftime. As you can see, the score and the huge crowd here at Spartan Stadium as the Castleton Spartans are leading the Plymouth State University Panthers by a score of 7-6. Plymouth State scoring with 9 minutes to go in the first half, and a 2-yard touchdown run by Steve Campbell. The try for the extra point was no good. It was right after Campbell had blocked a Castleton punt. And the Spartans scoring less than 2 minutes later with 7:11 to go in the half on an 8-yard run by Tyler Carpenter. Lewis Robitaille with the extra point, and that put the Spartans up by a score of 7-6. Campbell's touchdown run for Plymouth completed a 4-yard drive, 2 plays, took 44 seconds. The Castleton drive, 69 yards, 6 plays, a minute 39. The big play, a 47-yard pass play from Shane Brzezowski to Mick Wong. Mick Wong now a sophomore. He's out of Hartford High School. Played on the Hartford High School State Championship team in 2008. Mick Wong, the 2008 Vermont High School Football Player of the Year, the Gatorade Player of the Year, and Mick Wong making his debut here. A game that started off in lots of sunshine. It rained rather hard throughout most of the first half. Settled down a bit toward the tail end, but the sun breaking through again as you see the Plymouth State University Panthers back on the field. And as we look across the way beyond the baseball field, the Castleton Spartans back. And J.J. Brooks, 3 out of 8 in the passing department, 34 yards. Shane Brzezowski, 11 out of 20. And he's had 2 interceptions, 116 yards. The longest that completion to Mick Wong, the 47-yarder. Plymouth State will receive the second half kickoff. And as you can see this year, folks that were on board with us during our coverage of men's and women's soccer and also field hockey and football, the camera angle was on the near side by the press box, the same side as the crowd. But this year it's a new feature. We're on the opposite end now, where you can look across and see the huge crowd in the stands here at Spartan Stadium. Of course, the Spartans are going to be in action a week from today as well in football. As a matter of fact, there's field hockey tonight at 6.
Yep.
And a men's and women's soccer doubleheader tomorrow. And I'm just trying to look through the schedule here. And who is it next week, Drew? Is it Utica?
I think it is Utica.
Yeah, so
they're traveling to Utica, I want to say.
No, Utica's here.
Utica's here.
A week from today, September 11th.
And then they go to Gallaudet.
What they have here is they got the 2009 results. They lost at Utica a year ago. Somewhere in here is going to be the schedule. Here it is. Utica at home at 1 p.m. Then at Gallaudet, a game that we will not have for you, but we'll be back for Mount Ida and New York Maritime. As for the first 5 weeks, the Spartans playing at home. And we have all the home games for you, the video cast on NSN and also on Channel 20, the local public access channel. And also we have the game at Norwich on the video cast. And speaking of Norwich, being shown right now, Norwich has a 14-0 lead over Western New England with 3 minutes to go in the half. And Bridgewater's leading Mount Ida 14-7 at halftime. So a couple of new features. Castleton going with the win. There is a breeze right to left on your screen as you look at things back at home, left to right to us, as we look from the Spartan Stadium press box behind the crowd here. I'm Jack Healey on board with Drew Arneson.
And just looking at, we talked about the Plymouth State Panthers so much before the game. I mean, I had done my research on them, and they seem like such a run-and-gun offense. I mean, they do the triple option, and they're usually extremely successful with the triple option. But as we saw today so far, that they have not been able to get anything going, and then they can't even get to the outside. The only time that they're having somewhat success is the give to the fullback up the middle. So, Plymouth State had to go in and obviously do something and change it up big. And, personally, I really think that they got to get Kramer, their wide receiver, more involved in this game if they want to, they're only down by 1 now, but
Carl Ojala will be doing the booting for Castleton, number 1. Back deep, number 4, Ray Boulay, and number 18, Christian Mulcahy for Plymouth State. It's only a 7-6 ball game. Certainly a long way to go in this one.
Doesn't feel like a 7-6 ball game.
Actually,
with all
it seems like Castleton should be ahead about 28-6.
I was going to say, all the turnovers and...
Here's the boot from Ojala, and it will bounce on one big hop to the 14-yard line to Boulay. He has some space along the far sideline as he gets his way across the 40 out to about the 43-yard line. Zach Wakus on the tackle. So Plymouth State with pretty good field position to start things off here. Is the sun shining again? We've gone through an array of different weather patterns. It was raining rather diligently in the first half, rather hard, but the sun's shining and lots of blue sky here as the temperature in the upper 70s, low 80s maybe. It's 1st and 10, Plymouth State at its own 42-yard line, just getting underway here in the second half. J.J. Brooks is the quarterback. Brooks goes to the first man through. That's Francher, the big fullback, and he smashes his way across the 45 out to about the 47, maybe the 48-yard line. They're going to call it the 47.
And that's what I was just talking about. It seems like that is the one part of their game that they're being successful with, but they can't do it every time. And obviously they went back and went to the board and said, guess what, we're going to do this until it works. And who knows, they might come out and run the ball 40 more times this half.
Picked up 6 to the 48-yard line, 2nd and 4 for Plymouth State, their own 48. Have a man in motion operating out of the eye. This is long again, and long to the 40, to the 35, 30, down the sideline. And finally knocked down around the 17-yard line and a penalty marker down. I'm not sure did he get the face mask or not. As making the tackle finally was Cody Tancredi. When I say this is Long again, Long had played at the beginning of the ball game after Campbell blocked the punt. He came in and scored a touchdown and had played for the most part. And this is Long back in for the first time in a while, and he picks up great yardage there and a penalty marker down.
We can only speculate what was wrong, but like you said, I mean, I looked down and all of a sudden their leading rusher from last year, like I've said 2 or 3 times now, with 764 yards, was out of the game, and they gave him the ball once, and all of a sudden he picks up a 30-yard pickup?
About 35. It's a first and goal. It's half the distance of the goal line off the penalty, and I didn't catch what the call was.
It was 10 yards.
But it is against Castleton. 1st and goal for Plymouth State at the 9-yard line. This is Francher, and he's knocked down at the 4. Some extracurricular activity after the whistle. I don't see any penalty markers. Picked up 5. It'll be 2nd and goal.
It was tight end Aaron Getz from the Plymouth side getting into it. Looks like it was 44 from the Spartans. Dustin Young. And Dustin Young's had a great game right now. I mean, he's fired up and he's into it, but you just have to be careful with all that energy. You got to channel it into the right direction right now.
2nd goal at the 4-yard line. J.J. Brooks is the quarterback, up back Francher. Long is the deep back. That's Mignot in motion left to right. Francher, the fullback, smashes
touchdown
into the end zone for the touchdown. 4-yard touchdown run for Chris Francher. And it's Plymouth State now taking a 12-7 lead with 13:02 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, and that's definitely not how the Spartans wanted to come out and start this half and give up one big run and then, let in the fullback there for that touchdown. So
that is Mulcahy out there for the extra point.
Yep.
So he was the one that missed the first one. That was incorrect on the stat sheet. And Mulcahy's kick is good.
Got that one.
It's 13-7. Plymouth, a 4-yard touchdown run for Chris Brancher. And then the extra point by Mulcahy. So Plymouth State has come right up to the field and scored. 13:02 to go, third quarter. Kickoff coming up after this on NSN.
Why did I choose Castleton?
Castleton is big enough, so there's a lot to do. It's small enough so I can really get involved.
Sports.
Theater and music.
Radio and TV.
Internships and community service. There's a real sense of community.
And lots of opportunity.
And Castleton is in Vermont.
That means hiking, biking, skiing, and riding.
Visit castleton.edu to learn more about Castleton.
State must have really talked things over at halftime.
Yeah.
Whatever they talked about went right up the field. Here's Provo, number 99. The wind blowing the ball off the tee, but Provo.
And right there, that huge run we saw, I mean, I picked it out. That they went away from the triple option, and it was just it looked like it was a 4-hole give, and again, 38 yards off of it.
Malecki at the 22-yard line, taking it up the middle, and near side 30, 35, pretty good yardage out to the 40-yard line. Number 85 on the return, Jacob Malecki, a freshman. And the tackle made by Mike Malia, number 6 for Plymouth State. So the Spartans, who led 7-6, now trailed 13-7 early going third quarter. I'm at 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line in brilliant sunshine here now at Spartan Stadium. Carpenter on the call and takes people with him for about 4 out to the 44. Give them 3 or 4, maybe out to the 45-yard line. Second down coming up. Host Panthers there to drop them. Give them 3. It'll be second and 7.
I was going to say, and right now is the time that the Spartans have to answer right away. I mean, whether it's through the air or on the ground, they really have to match Plymouth State's intensity right now. They came out a little bit flat on defense, so they need to come back right now here on the offensive side.
Brzezowski out of the shotgun, fakes and pitches it back to Wong. And Wong for a couple across the 45 to the 46. It didn't quite look right from the beginning of that play.
I think Wong, when they went into that option out of the shotgun, I think Wong slipped before he could really get going. So that's why that one didn't looked almost a little broken from the beginning.
3rd and 6 getting out to the Castleton 45-yard line. Couple of wideouts to the right. Brzezowski underneath center. And Plymouth State offside, or were the Panthers drawn offside? We'll wait and see here.
I was going to say, I mean, I saw the Panthers jump, and then,
it's offside Plymouth State, so this will be 3rd down, about 1, right around the 50-yard line.
Yeah, so they're going to say that, he moved because of the defensive player came in.
There's number 42 in the backfield, Chad Bentz, out of Juneau, Alaska. Chad Bentz, a former pitcher in the Montreal Expos chain. He is the up back out of the eye. A 30-year-old freshman. Bentz gets the call, and Bentz picks up the first down. I said freshman. He's actually a junior.
Yeah. But he hasn't been to school in probably 13 or 14 years.
And he comes in and gets the first down. You had the story earlier. You struck out Adam Dunn, Ken Griffey Jr., and Sean Casey.
Yep.
In the minor leagues?
No, this was for the Montreal Expos in Montreal.
In Montreal when he was called up.
He played a handful of games that year. I want to say he made
it wouldn't be the minor leagues because Ken Griffey Jr. was here like 25 years ago. Carpenter bounces to the near side, nothing up the middle, and he makes his way down to the Plymouth State 45. Yeah, I beg your pardon because I remember Ken Griffey Jr. for the Mariners organization who used to play in Burlington, the Vermont
Yep.
Mariners in '88. So pardon me for sending Chad Benson to the Twilight Zone.
That's all
he's
right.
30 years old, but he's not 60. And he is a junior. He is a junior football-wise.
Went to, what, we said Long Beach State.
That's right, Long Beach State.
2
That's
years,
right,
got
that's right.
drafted, obviously, by the Expos organization.
Brzezowski on 2nd and 8 from the Plymouth State 45-yard line, incomplete, and wanted Cassidy. Third down and 8.
Ball was a little bit behind Cassidy right there. I don't know if he would have made that catch if he was going to get more than right about where he was. There were a couple of Panthers defenders right behind him. I'll tell you what, Jack, I did hit on it earlier. The defensive backs for this Panthers team are fast. The wide receivers are not getting by the D-backs very well right here. It's just showing how fast they really are.
Third down play, trips left. Brzezowski sets up the screen. Wong, a juggling catch, but it's going to lose about 4. Back to the Plymouth 49. It'll be 4th down. Plymouth 13, Castleton 7 with 10:30 left here in the third quarter at Spartan Stadium. Brian Castellucci, linebacker, senior linebacker on the tackle. Carl Ojala back to punt for the Spartans. Back deep, number 36, Ty Long for the Panthers. As Tom Healey from the Rutland Herald pointed out to us at halftime, that is what Plymouth does. They'll have a guy for a while. He'll disappear for a while. Here's Ojala looking to boot it out of bounds inside the 20, and Long actually picks it up at the 15 in the air and returns it about 10 to the 25. And the tackle made by Aguilar.
And he's had a great game so far, too. I don't have the defensive stats right here. Aguilar, he has 4 tackles, 3 for a loss right now. So he's having a great day on the defensive side of the football. And again, we talked about it that this defense was maybe something to question coming into this season, but this linebacking core with Aguilar and number 44, Dustin Young, today, they've really been impressive to me.
So the Panthers, who scored on their first possession here in the second half to take a 13-7 lead, got the football back again, 1st and 10. Plymouth State in its own 25. That's Kramer in motion, number 7, left to right. On the option, Brooks is going to keep, cuts it back against the grain, has some room, 30. Out across the 35, 40, 45, 50, and finally Barber's got him in Spartan territory at the Spartan 47-yard line. And that one picked up about 28 yards on the option as Plymouth looking a lot more impressive here in the second half. J.J. Brooks, the quarterback, 6'1", 210-pound senior.
And I, not that I know the Plymouth State Panthers that well, but they're just going right back to their bread and butter, and they are a hard-nosed football team. And, I said it. I've been saying it all day. If they can establish their running game, this one might turn out not exactly how it's looking right now.
1st and 10 Panthers, the Spartan 46-yard line. Francher has got the touchdown here in the second half. Fullback up the middle for maybe 1, maybe 2 when they unpile here. Out at the Spartan 43-yard line. Leading the way, Ethan McCurra out of Granville, New York, a freshman. 2nd and 8 for the Plymouth State University Panthers.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, Jack, and say that they might run the triple option now. Right after that give, they might take this one outside.
It's Spartan 43. That's where they mark the football. Man in motion right to left.
Straight
the
give.
Deep handoff to Long, and he's upended. Nice tackle in the open field. A late starter, Josh Osborne, out of Island Heights, New Jersey, on the tackle, number 29. 3rd down, about 7. Picked up maybe a half yard.
And right there, that's the intensity that the defense needs to bring to this game. They brought it in the first half, and they looked great. Right now, they still seem like they're coming off a little flat. They're not flying to the ball like they were in the first half, but
so it's 3rd down, about 7. A little over 7 yards. Here's the quick throw out into the flat. Kramer on the completion and tackled after a pickup of about 2 by Brandon Bergeron out of Hartford High School. We mentioned 11 of the 22 starters offensively and defensively today for the Spartans out of Vermont. Hartford High School, Brandon Bergeron had a great career there. And Pretty good basketball player at Hartford as well, and that picked up just 2. It'll be 4th down and 6 for Plymouth State at the Spartan 41. And the Panthers will look to boot the football away here. Provo back to boot. 1 man back deep, long count. And this will sail and hit outside the 10 and roll dead at the 3-yard line.
Great
nice
punt.
boot, yeah. 38-yard boot by Provo.
Right there, when you have your special teams and your punter, and you're getting down into you're punting within the 50 or right around the 50, that's exactly what you want your punter to do. If you can pin that the opposite offense back within the 10-yard line, you've done exactly what you're meant to do. And right now it's interesting to see if the Castleton offense can get it going here in the second half. They came out and did not have the greatest first set of downs, so let's see what they can do here.
1st and 10 for the Spartans, their own 3-yard line. The floor is in as the up back out of the eye. Carpenter the call. Carpenter bangs his way out close to the 10-yard line. Gets driven back, coughs up the football, but it should be the whistle should have blown here, and I believe it did. Got it out to the 10, picked up 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. It's Plymouth State 13, Castleton 7 with 6:50 to go in the third quarter. Here in the season opener in 2010 at Spartan Stadium. Center is Chris Kernan. Played his high school ball at Rutland High. 6', 305-pounder. Carpenter again, and he smashes his way to the 14. Looks to be a first down.
See where the spot is. I think they're definitely going to give it to him.
Brian Castellucci.
Yep, without a doubt.
Tackle number 31. 1st and 10. The Spartans have it at their 15-yard line, just shy of the 15.
And here comes Bentz again. Chad Bentz back into the game.
He is a junior. He struck out Dunn, Griffey Jr., and Sean Casey while pitching for the Montreal Expos.
And now he's back to finish his school here in Castleton.
And he is the lead back here as the call goes to the second man, the tailback Carpenter. Good block there by Bentz.
What a great story. This is one of those things that you feel like you'd see on ESPN.
And of course, he has the, and I just, we'll continue the story here in a moment. It's picked up 3 out to the 18. 2nd and 7. Spartans have it at their own 18. The same situation of people familiar with Jim Abbott, pitched for the Yankees and the Angels. So the glove and the throwing hand, the same arm, the same hand. 2nd down play. Carpenter is going to be wrapped up in the backfield. He lost yardage back to the 14. Lost about 4. Big defensive effort now for Plymouth State.
Plymouth State is looking like a different football team here in the second half. I don't know if the coaches really got into them or what, or if they came here underestimating the power of this Castleton team, but they definitely coming out and looking more like the Plymouth State team that I read about here before the game.
Vigis is in, number 81 for the Spartans. 3rd and 10. Spartans have it at their own 15-yard line. They operate out of the eye. That's Cassidy in motion. Double fake. Brzezowski's going to be sacked back at the 9-yard line. And in there on the sack for Plymouth State, number 84, Justin Kane, a junior.
Definitely looks like Plymouth made some good adjustments here at halftime. That play right there was something that actually worked a couple times for the Spartans there in the first half, but I definitely, hearing the Plymouth State coaches next to us, they definitely planned on that one.
Here's Ojala to boot from his own end zone. And Long is going to watch that bounce all the way back inside the 25. Will roll dead inside the 20. It's got the wind with it, and it will roll dead at the 15-yard line.
What a punt.
That is let's see, the line of scrimmage was at the 10. That's an 85-yard punt.
Hey.
85-yard punt for Ojala.
It doesn't help to have, that friendly bounce there. I mean, the shape of the football always helps the kickers a little bit. What a great bounce. That thing hit the ground right around the 50 and then took another.
Let me count that again. The line of scrimmage was the 10.
75 yards.
75 yards. 75-yard punt. Still spectacular. 75-yard punt.
Gotta love the shape of the football.
First and 10 for Plymouth at its own 15-yard line. That's Kramer in motion left to right. Good yardage out across the 20 to about the 21, and that again is Franchier, and the tackle made by Dustin Young. Yeah, the line of scrimmage was the 10. If it went into the end zone, it was 90, and it was what, at the 15?
Yeah,
So
75.
75. See, if I went to Castleton,
I was going to say, I mean, you obviously haven't been.
I didn't have the Castleton education like you did.
You haven't been watching all these commercials.
Is pretty good.
Oh, that's a great punt.
That time it picked up about 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. Plymouth State has it in its own 21-yard line. J.J. Brooks, the quarterback. Brooks on the option. Bangs his way out across the 25 to about the 27. Picked up 6.
I think it's
a first down.
First down, yep. They've what, 2 pass attempts, I want to say, 2 or 3. I've got here 3 for 8 is what it says. I don't remember 8 pass attempts. It just doesn't seem like they're throwing the ball at all. And right now it's proven to be exactly what they need to do, because Castleton, even though they're not getting huge gains, they can't stop the line of scrimmage moving up and up.
I believe Sinclair on the stop for Castleton. First and 10 for Plymouth State. Rancher again almost lost the handle out across the 30 to about the 33.
It looks like there's rain coming down again.
I beg your pardon. I said Franchier. That's a new man in there for Plymouth State, number 6. Malia, number 6.
And he's a linebacker also. He's a linebacker right here on our roster. Maybe it's just by position. If you're a running back, you're also a linebacker. If you're if you're a defensive back, you're a wide receiver.
Some guys going both ways.
Yep.
Picked up about 7, 2nd and 3. The Panthers have it at their own 33. This is Long, the deep back, and covers up the football and smashes his way out to about the 38-yard line. Picked up 5 at a first down. Plymouth State has a 13-7 lead with 2:16 to go in the third quarter, and Castleton had a 7-6 lead at halftime, but Plymouth State has been very impressive here in the second half.
And I can't tell. I'm trying to look at on the something. It would be the left side of the Castleton line, the defensive line. They keep going to the Plymouth State to their right, so I don't know if they're finding a weakness and exploiting it, or just they're better blockers on the line or that way. So it should be interesting to see if this keeps happening.
Content certainly to keep it on the ground as the first man through smashes his way out to about the 43-yard line. And again, Malia. Osborne on the tackle and picked up about 4. It'll be 2nd and 6 for Plymouth State at its own 43-yard line. What they're doing now is just that ball control. This is what they want to do out of the triple option.
This is exactly what they want to do. And then all of a sudden when, Castleton makes the change and puts 8 or 9 in the box, that's when they go up and over for.
That's Mulcahy, number 18, wide to the left. Fumble, and I believe Shequin's got it. Adam Shequin out of Burlington High School on the fumble recovery. Yes, indeed, he's got it. First and 10 Spartans at the 38-yard line. Shequin with his second fumble recovery.
And, Plymouth State's really got to work on this. This is the second time this has happened. The exact same thing happened to closing out the first half. It was just a bad connection between the running back and the quarterback. That is something that cannot be happening and then happen once in a game, let alone twice. And again, they were doing a great job controlling the clock and moving down the field, and then they give it up on turnovers.
Trips right, Brzezowski, hand off Carpenter. And they close it down in a hurry. It looked like a big hole there and picked up maybe 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8.
We got the replay on this one here.
We'll see the fumble recovery again here. Go ahead, Drew.
Again, you can see it. It's just a bad connection right there. I don't know if, because they're running the triple option, you never know if you're going to get the ball. You're the fullback. You're always looking to get the ball, but you don't know that you're going to get it. And it looks like quarterback tried to stuff it in there, and he just didn't get into the hole.
Here's Mick Wong as he brings it against the grain down to the 31-yard line. As picked up about 6. It'll be 3rd down coming up. The last time, Shequin with a couple of fumble recoveries. The last time, of course, you remember the Spartans threw an interception on the next play. This time they're trying to turn that momentum their way. It'll be 3rd down, and a long 2, close to 3 at the Plymouth State 32. Give them 5 on the pickup. Chad Benz is back in, the up back. Out of the eye, deep back is Carpenter. Benz gets the call, and nothing doing. It's going to be 4 down territory, I believe.
Definitely.
He's knocked down at the 30. As the third quarter comes to an end here at Spartan Stadium. We play 3. And in the season opener at Spartan Stadium, after 3 quarters of play, our score, Plymouth State 13, Castleton 7. Back with the fourth quarter after this on NSN.
Why did I choose Castleton?
Castleton is big enough, so there's a lot to do. It's small enough so I can really get involved.
Sports.
Theater and music,
Radio and TV.
internships and community service. There's a real sense of community,
And lots of opportunity.
and Castleton is in Vermont.
That means hiking, biking, skiing, and riding.
Visit castleton.edu to learn more about Castleton.
Well, it was 7-6 Castleton at halftime. Plymouth put a touchdown on the board, an extra point in the third quarter. Francher scoring from 4 yards out. Okay, the extra point. Plymouth has a 13-7 lead. So Castleton dressed in green going against the wind as the clouds picking up again at Spartan Stadium. 4th down and about 2 at the Plymouth State 31-yard line. That's where they're going to mark it, the Plymouth State 31. It is 4 down territory. Big play at the beginning of the fourth quarter here. Carpenter, no. Big defensive play by the Panthers. Plymouth State takes over on downs. Buckley on the tackle. Parsons hit him first in the backfield. 1st and 10, Plymouth State is on 31, stopping the Spartans on 4th down. First play of the fourth quarter, so Plymouth State has it 1st and 10 at its own 31-yard line.
All right, right now is Castleton has to come out and stop the Panthers right here. They cannot let the Panthers totally run over them like they were the possession before, because with clock management, if they allow them to have a long drive, when they get the ball back, there's not going to be much time.
J.J. Brooks. Long. Turns the corner for about 3. Wrapped up.
You know, and it is interesting watching the Panthers. I wonder if it's running back by committee. I mean, you come in, you run the first 2 carries, then somebody else comes in and they run the next 2 carries. So very interesting. I mean, but it does seem like Long has the best production when he's in there.
Osborne on the tackle. It picked up 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Plymouth State University Panthers at their own 34-yard line. Plymouth State with a 13-7 lead with 14:20 left here in the game. And falling down is Brooks. Trying to go to Francher. He faked to him. Maybe he was going to go to Long.
Yeah. I think
he tripped up back at the 29-yard line.
I think that might have been one pass play coming. I was watching number 80 for Plymouth State. McNaught. Was watching him coming. It looks like he was running a streak down the field, and that definitely didn't come off the line like he was about to pass block. So that might have been the 1 in 13 times that they've thrown the ball right now. So
or Mignault, I guess. You pronounce the L. Mignault, M-I-G-N-A-U-L-T, Joel Mignault. It lost yardage back to the 29. It's 3rd down and about 12 for the Panthers. Play action, Brooks being chased. Looking for room now. And he's wrapped up at the 31-yard line with Shequin. They got a piece of him first. What a ball game. Shequin with a couple of fumble recoveries. He's played just a great game. One of the captains for the Spartans, Adam Shequin, picked up to the 32, and big play there was when Brooks lost his footing. It's going to be 4th and 9, and the Panthers have to boot the football away.
Yep, punt team definitely coming on.
Nick Provo, and it'll be Tex Patterson and also Vincent Barber back deep for the Spartans. Patterson number 20. Barber is number 3. He's back around the 25, and Tex is up around the 27. Provo gets it away, and he booms it. Backpedaling as Barber at the 15-yard line. Barber looking for room here. I thought I saw a block in the back, but no penalty marker. I don't see a penalty marker. Finally, Knocked out of bounds across the way at the 29.
Yeah, I saw the same thing, Jackie. I think that was Brandon Bergeron from the Spartans. That one was real close. It was shoulder on shoulder, but that one was definitely callable.
Booming punt by Provo, but Barber, a pretty good return. First and 10, Spartans have it at their own 29, 12:37 left here in the ball game, and Plymouth State has a 13-7 lead.
Castleton's done a good job in the pass game so far. I mean, the stats aren't showing it, but they look very strong passing the football. So, I wouldn't be surprised to see them going back to it right now, being down by 6 points. So you gotta get back up on the board right now.
Cassidy and Patterson wide to the left. Brzezowski back into the shotgun, a man wide right. And the handoff to Carpenter, and he's wrapped up and driven back.
Not doing much. He had a big first half, but this second half, this running game is just not getting quite off the ground for the Spartans. There have been a few chunks of yards here, a few chunks of yards there, but overall, they're just really kind of struggling to move the football. And again, it goes back to what did the Plymouth State coaches say to, really inspire and get this team fired up. 2nd
and 9, Spartans have it at their own 30. Brzezowski looking, and he shoots it down the right side. It's caught by Patterson. Patterson to the 20, to the 15, 10-5, touchdown! Castleton Spartans! 70 yards. Brzezowski to Patterson.
Great play right there. Great play. You run the ball, you run the ball, you run the ball, and you run the ball, and then you finally throw it. I didn't count it beforehand, but having maybe 8-9 men in the box, and what a throw. Right on the fingertips. Tex Patterson, he's got speed. We know it. Those Texas boys, they know how to play football. Good job.
It ties it at 13 apiece. Robitaille looking to put the Spartans in front. 11:55 to go in the game. And it is good. 14-13 Castleton. 70-yard touchdown pass from Shane Brzezowski to Mike Tex Patterson. The Spartans lead at 14-13. Back with a kickoff after this 30-second timeout.
Why did I choose Castleton?
Castleton is big enough, so there's a lot to do. It's small enough so I can really get involved.
Sports.
Theater and music.
Radio and TV.
Internships and community service. There's a real sense of community.
And lots of opportunity.
And Castleton is in Vermont.
That means hiking, biking, skiing, and riding.
Visit castleton.edu to learn more about Castleton.
An electrifying 70-yard touchdown pass from Shane Brzezowski to Mike Tex Patterson. The extra point by Louis Robitaille, and Castleton has taken a 14-13 lead with 11:55 to go in the game here in the season opener at Spartan Stadium. And 3,712 fans on hand here enjoying the action. The kick along the ground picked up by an up man and taking a knee right there at the Plymouth State 40-yard line.
And we got the replay right now of that 75-yard.
70 yards.
70-yard. Great ball, right on the fingertips, catches it, and Tex Patterson does a great job of making some separation right there. You saw him take the corner right to the edge of the end zone. And
oh, the speed.
What a play, too. And what a throw.
Huh?
When that ball was first thrown, I didn't even think it was going to be close, and then all of a sudden it fell into his hands, and he caught it, and then he was 3 steps ahead of his defender. What a play, and that is exactly what Castleton needs to do. And I'll tell you what, Plymouth State's got to come out and answer right now.
Liddell was the man that took the kickoff and took a knee at the 40. 1st and 10, Plymouth State. And the fired up Castleton defensive unit getting long and in there to make the tackle. Bergeron was there, but also over was Dustin Young. 2nd and 10.
Definitely momentum with the Spartans right now, with clinging to a 1-point lead with about 11 minutes and 30 seconds left right now. And this is what they needed because, like I said, they came out and they were flat coming out of the locker room. They didn't look like they want to be here. All of a sudden they score and they're a new team. They're the team from the first half. So
Kramer in motion right to left, 2nd and 10. Long has some space, 50, 45, 40, and out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Big play there on a 21-yard pickup for Ty Long, knocked out of bounds by Vincent Barber. And here come the Panthers the other way.
Right back. I was going to say we saw a big play through the air from Castleton, but I still think that the Panthers are just going to pound the football. They're going to run it, and run it because they're obviously having success. And, you know, they're going away from the triple option and going more to the just tailback gives. So probably just keep pounding the football, waste some clock. Don't allow the high-powered Castleton offense back on the field.
1st and 10, Plymouth State, the Castleton 40. Francher on the call, but penalty marker's down.
False start, 36.
Yeah, it'll be 1st and 15 for Plymouth State. Illegal procedure. Looks like Campbell's back into the ball game, number 2 for Long.
Yeah, and that was Long right there he came out of his stance early trying to get a jump on the defense.
1st and 15 for the Panthers at the Castleton 44-yard line. Castleton 14, Plymouth State 13 with 10:35 to go in the game. Jack Healey with Drew Arneson from Spartan Stadium. 21 is Brendan Fontaine. He's wide to the left. He's in motion left to right now. J.J. Brooks is the quarterback. Brooks, play action. Gets by one man. Can't get by the 2nd and 3rd man. It did a good job to even get something out of nothing of the sack attack for the Spartans, who finally finished them off there. There were a host of Spartans there. Well, Osborne was there, and also number 44, Dustin Young, there. As it turned out, it lost a couple back to the 46.
I was going to say, that was that play action right there that they've been trying to do a couple times. That one obviously broken from the beginning. Castleton's reading run, and they're attacking like it's a run, and when they're doing that, there's not much time for that quarterback to get out and scramble and throw that football.
2nd down and 17 for Plymouth State at the Castleton 46-yard line. Here's Brooks on the option. He's going to keep, and then fumbles the football. Campbell recovers, and he gets knocked down at the 41. Penalty marker's down. When it was all said and done, it picked up about 5. We'll see what the penalty marker's all about. Oh, my, did Campbell ever get hit?
Yeah, I was going to say, after he hit the ground, he got pumped. I'll tell you what, I think it was number 3, Vincent Barber came over. He doesn't look very big out there on that football field, but he laid a pretty good hit right there on Campbell. I think that's who it was. I think it was Barber and then number 44, Dustin Young, who have seemed to be.
Now it'd be 3rd down, about 11. I believe this is going to go against Plymouth State, but
we do have the replay of that right there, right now.
Take
if we want to take a look at it. You can see the just punishment that the defense is putting on Plymouth State right now. See, comes out with that triple option. There's the fumble. Whoever did that, he just hit it right there with his helmet, right out of the arm, and then Campbell, and it was Dustin Young, comes up and just gets absolutely creamed.
Well, they take the down. There was a penalty against Plymouth State. 3rd down and 12 for Plymouth State at the Castleton 41. J.J. Brooks sets up, fires down the middle. Caught by Kramer at the 16. Huge play. And knocked down at the 16-yard line, making the play defensively was Cody Tancredi, but a big-time play there.
Not much you can do about that right there. I mean, Jack, they had the right defense called, and, he was right on the defender. He was right on him, but there's just, again, not much you can do. Perfect ball, great catch, and, Kramer's getting involved now. Haven't called his name too much except when he's in motion, but.
Picked up 29 and a 1st down, 1st and 10, Plymouth State at the Castleton 17. Brooks to Francher, and he's tackled by Tancredi, upset after letting that, and it was fairly well covered. It was just a well-thrown ball, but Tancredi said, okay, this time I'll get you. It picked up about 3, but he did make the tackle in the open field, 2nd and 7 for Plymouth State at the Castleton 14.
Defense got to step up real big right here. About 8:24 left on the clock, 8:20 now.
14-13 Castleton. That's Kramer, who was on that big catch going in motion left to right. And that's Brooks.
I don't know what Brooks
I don't know if
just
that was
saw.
a broken play or not, but he got it down to the 10-yard line, picked up 4.
I was going to say, that far side of the field, or the close side for our viewers, that's right there at you. It looked wide open if they took the pitch out there and took that triple option and just ran it like a normal option out there. And it looked like they only had a cornerback to beat. But like you said, if frogs could fly, is that you're saying? Frogs had wings?
Frogs had wings.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Spartan Stadium getting into it now, getting a little bit loud.
They're down about 3 for Plymouth State at the Castleton 10-yard line. This is Campbell. And he's down at the 9. It'll be 4th down coming up, 14-13. Castleton with 7:18 left here in the ball game. And that tackle made by Dustin Young. It's going to be 4th down about 2. And the wind is at the back of the Panthers. Are they going to go for the field goal? A field goal would give them a 2-point lead. Now,
sure does look like they're going for the field goal. Yeah, I was gonna ask you, Jack. What do you do at this point? I mean,
that's Mulcahy.
Your kicker's missed 1.
It'll be a 26-yard field goal attempt for the Plymouth State lead. Snap down, kick is up, and it is good. And Plymouth State takes the lead.
I was gonna say,
26-yard field goal by Mulcahy.
Right there, you're between a rock and a hard spot. You know, you don't know what to do because your kicker, you have to trust in your kicker, but he's already missed an extra point, and now all of a sudden you put the pressure of the lead on him.
Yeah, we'll keep it right here. A 26-yard field goal by Chris Mulcahy. And Plymouth takes a 16-14 lead with 6:39 to go in the game. Still a lot of time left. 16-14 Plymouth. Big pass play in that, I said 29 at the time. I'm trying to think back, about 25, I guess. Unofficially 25 yards. That big pass play to Kramer.
Yep.
And a 26-yard field goal for Chris Mulcahy.
Well, if I was the kicker, is Tex out there? Is he on the return team?
Nope.
Can't tell. Oh, is that
Cassidy
him?
is, along with
he's not in
Lecky.
the back.
Patterson's up about 20 yards.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was just thinking, if I'm Plymouth State, I'm keeping the ball out of his hands as much as I possibly can.
Christian Mulcahy has given Plymouth State a 16-14 lead. 6:39 to go in the game. Here's the Provo boot. Lecky on the reverse to Cassidy. Cassidy, 25, near side. Cassidy, pretty good yardage.
Yeah.
Out to about the 34-yard line.
Looked like he was brought down by Steve Campbell, man. He's been everywhere. I have to tip my cap to him. He's not only playing, it looks like he's playing inside linebacker, but he's been running the ball. He's been doing about everything. He plays on special teams. This kid is obviously special. He's got a touchdown, a blocked punt. I don't know how many tackles that he has, but I know he's got a couple at least.
Got it out to the 34. 1st and 10. The Spartans have it at their own 34. Trips right, a couple of wideouts to the left. Brzezowski throws near side, complete to Patterson. Stutter steps out across the 40 to the 42-yard line. The tackle made in the open field, number 47, Zach Parsons for the Plymouth State University Panthers. Picked up about 8. It'll be 2nd and 2. Plymouth State with a 16-14 lead, 6:10 to go in the game. Brzezowski again. Throws it down the middle, complete to Cassidy at the 40. Cassidy inside the 35 to the 33. Tackle finally made by Fallon.
And right there, I mean, Castleton obviously is not being able to run the ball very well, so they go right back to the passing game, and now Plymouth seems to not be able to figure out how to even stop the passing game.
On a 24-yard pickup, here's Brzezowski near side on his knees. Catch made at the 24. Andrew Kavanaugh out of Brattleboro. And that's another 1st down. Picked up about 10. 1st and 10 Spartans.
Go with 5 wide receivers right now. Nobody in the backfield.
Here's Brzezowski. It's open up the middle to the 20, to the 15. tripped up just about at the 15-yard line, picks up 9. 16-14, Plymouth State, 5:22 left here in the game.
Not waiting very long for Castleton to march down the field right now.
Brandon Boyle out of Springfield is wide to the right. 2nd down and a yard. Spartans have it at the Plymouth State 20 at the 15-yard line. Throw near side. Patterson the catch finally at the 10-yard line, but he did fumble. Are they going to call it down or not?
Well,
They are going to say fumble.
Wow.
And I am not sure who recovered, but I know that it was Parsons who kept trying to tug the football away, and it finally came loose after the completion.
And right there is, man, this would be, if we were in the pros, Jack, I would say this would be a perfect time for Lucio to throw that red flag. From up here, we couldn't tell. I think it seemed like his butt was on the ground. He had a knee down. I thought he was down with the first down, but, you know, it's going to be really hard to tell. We're at a bad angle, and there's, guess what, no review in the Division III level here in football. And now I would have to say Plymouth State is going to go back to what they do, and they're going to run the football and probably try to juice this clock for as much as they can get out of it.
1st and 10, Plymouth State at the 10-yard line. Francher tripped up at the 11. Still a lot of time left, though, 4:57.
Yep.
That picked up a yard, 2nd and 9. Young on the tackle, Dustin Young, what did he add? It's 2nd and 9 for Plymouth State at its own 11. Clouded up for a while, sun shining again. The difference right now, a 26-yard field goal by Christian Mulcahy.
You know, this defense has done a good job today.
That's long, a penalty marker down, spins his way out to about the 13. You can
the Castleton defense has done a good job of containing J.J. Brooks.
It'll be interesting here, unless it's a legal procedure, and they got to take it because it's play, right? They don't get a choice. Because I was thinking maybe you take the down instead. Or I guess he does get a chance. I beg your pardon. He does get a opportunity. It would be 3rd down, about 7.
Yeah, I
got to tell you, it'll be interesting to see what they do here. Do they take the down? Still a lot of time left, though. All Castleton's timeouts remaining. Plymouth State has a 16-14 lead with 4:19 to go in the game. Just let's see, 1, 2, 5 turnovers for Castleton. Quickly, I was just trying. It's 3rd down. It's 3rd down. They declined the penalty. 3rd down and about 7 at the 13-yard line. So they took the down. They want to stop them right here and get them to boot the football. Here now is Brooks, and he picks up the 1st down. Big play there. The quarterback, J.J. Brooks. And he does pick up the 1st down, so a new set of downs for Plymouth State out at the 23-yard line.
What an athlete this kid is. I mean, like I said, Castleton's been doing a good job of keeping him contained for the most part. I mean, he hasn't thrown for a lot this game, but, you know, looking at his stats from last year, he runs everywhere. And Castleton did a pretty good job of containing him, but now down here, you know, they're just struggling to stop the run, whether it's Brooks or Ty Long or Steve Campbell.
Picked up 9. It's 1st and 10. The Panthers have it at their own 23. That's Kramer in motion. This is Francher.
The fullback.
To about the 26. Stopped by the interior part of the Spartan defensive unit. Actually, Dustin Young there. And also there on the stop, number 92, Cameron Laundrie is out of Hartford. Picked up about 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Panthers have it at their own 27-yard line. Plymouth State has a 16-14 lead with just under 3 minutes to go in the game. J.J. Brooks, who just picked up a big 1st down on the option. He is the quarterback. This is Long. And they're going to stop him in the backfield. Or maybe he picked up about a yard, but he couldn't turn the corner. It'll be 3rd down, about 6.
And here we go, another huge play that's coming up for this Castleton defense. About 2:45 left in this game. They have to come up with a stop right here. I mean, it is questionable if Plymouth were to get this first down. Castleton uses a timeout here, but if they were to pick up the first down, all of a sudden they only have the 2-minute warning left.
Well, there is no 2-minute warning.
Oh, there is no 2-minute warning. So
Not
that's
college ball.
Ah, okay. Excuse me.
You've been watching too much
I
NFL
haven't.
football.
I know. The Broncos were on.
There's more to life than the Denver Broncos.
They were on the other night. The first time I've got to watch them play, and probably the only time I'll get to watch them play. The Mile High Messiah, Tim Tebow. Nice little plug there for him.
I got 2 words for you: satellite dish.
Yeah. I got 2 more for you. College student. Lack of income here, Jack.
Well, we're not paying you $85,000 a year here? It's going to be 3rd down coming up. 3rd down and about 5, we'll call it. Plymouth State will have it at its own 28. Castle has called for a timeout. And this is the play of the ball game for sure.
Definitely.
Just a moment ago, Jay Brooks did pick up the first down on the option. But Plymouth State has a 16-14 lead. Castleton taking the timeout there. 2:44 left. This is the play of the ball game right here. To stop the Panthers here, they get the ball back with that high-powered offense, and certainly a guy that can kick. They got a couple of guys that can kick long field goals. Here is J.J. Brooks. Fires. Complete to Kramer into Castleton territory at the 39-yard line. Big-time play. J.J. Brooks to Kramer.
There he was. That was, I was waiting for it all day. Kramer and Brooks. Looking at what they used to do last year, that was the duo, it seemed like. That was a great hookup, and finally woke up the passing game here from Plymouth State. I bet everybody in the stands was thinking, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? Thinking they're going to run, come out, and make is that 25,
It's about
30
a 34-yard pass
yards?
play. On 3rd down, crusher of a first down. J.J.
Definitely.
Brooks completing the pass to John Kramer. 1st and 10, Plymouth at the Castleton 38-yard line. And this is long down to the 27-yard line. Osborne over there on the tackle. And
We do have the replay of that long first down pass there by J.J. Brooks. Right there, little fake. Looks like a 5 or 7 step drop. Ball right on the money. Found a nice little, it looked like they were playing zone defense. Found a nice little soft spot in the D, and, the rest is history now.
Bergeron also on the tackle on that play for Castleton. First down. Drew will be going down below for the post-game show here, and here's long left tackle on first down. He's down at the 21-yard line. Valiant effort here, certainly. Dustin Young on the tackle down at the 21-yard line. Castleton calling for the timeout. Minute 34 left here. Just trying to figure on the timeouts. College is 5 timeouts. I have Castleton unofficially with 3 left, but 2 big plays when Plymouth State got the ball back after the fumble recovery. Remember, the Spartans got it down to the Plymouth State 10-yard line, fumbled the football, and Plymouth State twice has come up with big first downs. J.J. Brooks on a keeper, and J.J. Brooks on a big pass completion to John Kramer. Christian Mulcahy kicking a 26-yard field goal with just over 6.5 minutes to play for the lead as Plymouth State has a 16-14 lead. 2nd and 4 for Plymouth State at the Castleton 21-yard line. That's Mulcahy in motion. Francher for a couple to the 17-18-yard line. And timeout Castleton with 1:29 to go. Down to the 19, 3rd down and 1. Castleton, I believe, has 2 timeouts remaining unofficially. Castleton and Utica, a week from today, 12:45 on NSN and PEGTV Channel 20 in Rutland. So 3rd down and short. J.J. Brooks, what job operating this offense. It's got Kramer in motion. Francher knocked down, and I believe it's going to be shy of first down yardage. Host of Spartans there, clock running, 1:15 to go. It's going to be at the 18-yard line, 4th down, about a yard. Field goal only gives, if they decide to kick one, and they have the wind at their back. But under a minute to go. They will probably, 8 seconds to go on the play clock. They'll let it run down here. And a timeout. With 44.8 seconds to go. So it'll be 4th down and 1. Plymouth State has it at the Castleton 18-yard line. Plymouth State with a 16-14 lead. Just a terrific ball game here for both sides in the season opener. Before over 3,000 fans here, 3,712 fans that have sat through sunshine, wind, rain, sunshine again, clouds here in the season opener. A game in which maybe the Castleton defense came of age, though. Game, quite frankly, myself thought was going to be a lot more high scoring than it was. Drew Arneson will be talking to Castleton head coach Rich Alercio during our post-game show. Brooks, long, down at the 20. The Spartans still have life. He lost a couple. 40.9 seconds to go, and remember, this is a high-powered offense. Only put 2 touchdowns on the board, but now there is a strong wind going against the Spartans here, but certainly Robitaille is capable. So the Spartans have it 1st and 10 at their own 20. We'll see. 3 wideouts to the left, 2 to the right. Brzezowski looking, steps up, looking, throws underneath, complete to Boyle. Boyle across the 30, down at the 32. Picks up 12 at a first down, 32.5 seconds to go. Plymouth State with a 16-14 lead. Brzezowski throws, and he underthrows his intended receiver. Number 85, Jacob Bilecki. 2nd and 10. The clock stops with 26.5 seconds to go in the game. Spartans have it at their own 32-yard line. 16-14 Plymouth State. Brzezowski throws incomplete. Seemed like he wanted to get that one out to Adam Farmer. It turned the wrong way. It's going to be 3rd and 10. Spartans have it at their own 32 with 22.9 seconds to go. And 5 wideouts. 3rd and 10. Brzezowski steps up, fires near side. Kavanaugh can't make the catch. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down. Trying to make the catch and get quickly out of bounds. It'll be 4th and 10. Spartans have it at their own. Well, do they make it? Do they call it a catch? I guess they do. Out to the 39. Yeah, they do say a catch, a completion to Kavanaugh. The ball went out of bounds. Clock stops with 15.1 seconds. So I thought initially it was incomplete, but they do call it a catch. 4th and close to 4. Spartans have it at their own 39. Brzezowski up the middle. He's got the first down out to the 48-yard line. 9.5 seconds to go. They get the first down. They'll spike the football, and it'll be a 2nd down and 10 with 7.9 seconds to go. Trying to get somebody in space here. And we'll see what happens. So, again, they did give them the catch on that pass play to Kavanaugh. But now it's 2nd and 10. After Brzezowski spiked the football, the Spartans have it at their own 48-yard line. 7.9 seconds to go. Plymouth out in front, 16-14. Brzezowski steps up, throws underneath Kavanaugh. Hook and ladder. It goes to Cassidy down at the 34. And a penalty marker down. Hold the phone here. Are they going to call him for spiking the football, or? That picked up 18 yards and a first down. Picked up about 17. Unsportsmanlike against the Spartans. So they're going to mark it back, but there will be one more play and a prevent defense for Plymouth State. Back to the 50-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 50. Players on the way back defensively for Plymouth State around their 15-yard line, but one shot at it. Final play of the game. Brzezowski looking, lets it fly, and it is going to be knocked down. That's the ball game, and Plymouth State has won it, and penalty markers down here at the end of the ball game. Plymouth State hangs on for the 16-14 win. And penalty markers at the end of the ball game, but that's it. And Plymouth State has won the ball game, 16-14. A couple of big plays. And the Spartans will take on Utica next week. As the two teams line up for the handshakes at midfield. And, of course, the two big plays, J.J. Brooks, a keeper for a first down on 3rd down in his own territory, and then a big pass play to Kramer. But Christian Mulcahy's 26-yard field goal with 6:39 to go in the game, the difference, as Plymouth State comes back to beat Castleton by a score of 16-14. And down below we'll be looking for Drew Arneson, and it will be back to wrap it up here. And Drew Arneson looking for Coach Rich Alercio on our postgame show, and we'll be wrapping up the scoring and take a look at the statistics as well. We'll be back after this timeout on NSN.
Why did I choose Castleton?
Castleton is big enough, so there's a lot to do. It's small enough so I can really get involved.
Sports.
Theater and music.
Radio and TV.
Internships and community service. There's a real sense of community.
And lots of opportunity.
And Castleton is in Vermont.
That means hiking, biking, skiing, and riding.
Visit castleton.edu to learn more about Castleton.
(16-14), the Plymouth State University Panthers defeating the Castleton Spartans, and we'll recap the scoring here, as I know that Drew Arneson will get Coach Alercio here in just a couple of minutes. He's going to gather with his football team as we see the team gathered at midfield. It was a scoreless first quarter. Plymouth State would score in the second quarter after a blocked punt by Steve Campbell. Campbell himself would take it over from 2 yards out, as Plymouth would take a 6-0 lead. The try for the extra point, no good. The Spartans would come back to take the lead with 7:11 to go in the half. First set up on a 47-yard pass play from Shane Brzezowski to Mick Wong. It gave the Spartans a 1st and goal at the Plymouth 8-yard line, and Tyler Carpenter would take it over from 8 yards out to tie the game at 6 apiece. Louis Robitaille would kick the extra point to make it 7-6. And that's where we stood at halftime. Castleton with a 7-6 lead. Early in the third quarter, it would be Plymouth State taking the lead. It didn't take them long, just about 2 minutes with 13:02 to go in the third quarter. Chris Francher would take it in on a 4-yard run, and that would give the Panthers a 12-7 lead. Christian Mulcahy, the extra point, would put Plymouth State up by a score of 13-7. And that was the score after 3. Early going in the fourth quarter, Castleton would score an electrifying 70-yard touchdown pass from Shane Brzezowski to Mike Patterson. That would tie it at 13 apiece. Robitaille, the extra point, would put the Spartans up 14-13. And with almost 6:40 to go in the game, it would be a 26-yard field goal by Plymouth State's Christian Mulcahy. And it would put the Panthers up 16-14. And that turned out to be the final score. Plymouth State wins it by a score of 16-14. We got some other statistics coming up here, and we'll be going down below with Drew Arneson. Again, that Steve Campbell 2-yard run was a 44-second drive, 4 yards and 2 plays for Plymouth's first touchdown. Carpenter's 8-yard run, 6 plays, 69 yards. It took 1:39. Christian Francher's 4-yard run, Chris Francher, with Christian Mulcahy's extra point, 58 yards and 4 plays. Took 1:58 seconds. And with 11:55 to go in the game, Mike Patterson, a 70-yard touchdown pass from Shane Brzezowski. Robitaille, the kick. That was 2 plays, 71 yards. As a matter of fact, it was Adam Shequin's second fumble recovery that set that one up. And the extra point by Robitaille had put the Spartans up by a score of 14-13. And officially, they say Christian Mulcahy, a 25-yard field goal to make it 16-14. We'll make it a 26.